Oh, what the heck is going on? Ooh, opera crash. Yikes. Hey, what's up, yo? I'm starving a little bit, huh? Hey, what's good? What's good? Good evening, everyone. Or what? Probably good evening. Well, let me do some things around here real quick. YouTube. YouTube. History. Let me do some promotion and let's prepare to get going. Oh, but first, let me finish my word real quick. What's for today, anyways? How do I crop on here? I can't crop it, so I'll just do my best then, yeah? Is the title too long for YouTube? What's going on? What's the title looking like on YouTube? Okay. That's fine. Okay, let's start the Wordle though. Today, let's start with Steam. I just felt like it. Oh, yikes. What if it's Neuro? It's not a word. What? Hey, what's up, Twitch chat? How you doing, man? What about how y'all doing, man? What about bulge? Oh, B-U-L-G. B-U-L-G-E. Yeah, everything seems to be okay. Okay, L and E. What about hotel? H-O-T-E-L? Okay. That's good. It's not noble, it's... It's, what's the word? That's hard, kinda, for me, anyways. It's not Corel. What's the word, man? It's, oh wait, it doesn't go with T there. Let me sit on it for a bit. What's the third letter? That's what bugging me. That's not a real word, is it? What's the word? Anyone got any clues or any guesses? Jarrell. Pharrell. I think the word's pretty unusual. Could be, or it could just stare right at my face and I won't even know. It's definitely not vowels, right? Powell? Is it? It's not Powell. Oh, duh. I did say. Oh shit. Okay. So it's. I was just saying the word, but how did I not notice that? But XOVAL. VEO. Is it Brovel or Pavel or Kovel? Oh, it's novel. I see. Let's go. Alright, 5 out of 6. That's not bad. Could be worse. Could be way worse. Oh, I forgot to do self-promo. Let me do self-promo then. Let me think about it. What was I gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna close this window. Yup. And then open. I'm live right now, trying to watch new Simos video with CGB. Play couple games myself and move on to some JRPGs. Post the link and then we'll be set to go. Where are the sticky notes at? Sticky notes. Oh, it's cold. It's cold in this motherfucker. Now let's start the watch party, eh? Ooh, I'm starving a little bit, not gonna lie. Let's pause the music and then let's, you know what, let's open the video on full screen and then move OBS to another screen and we're ready to rock, I think. Control F. Yep.
waifus.
Today is the day?
No,
Today
it's not.
is the day.
Sorry. I'm just going to tease you with this every episode until we actually do it. However, I will say you are going to get some waifu bait this episode because we're going to be trying something a little bit... we did this once before with the tier limit video. So I'm going to be showing you a deck. And I actually think you're going to quite like this deck because it's very much blue-inspired, if you will, in terms of how control-y it is. So I think you're actually going to like this one. I'm going to show you some cards, and as per typical, you're going to have to guess.
Is he showing
together,
the
like,
entire Sky Striker
and
stuff?
To figure out if any of these cards ever had to get banned or restricted. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm a little shook already that I fell for the same trick again.
So I'm just going to keep doing it every week until we actually do it. It's going to be great.
Oh, okay. So
all right.
I really do hope I like this.
Here is your first card, which actually is a lot of people's waifu. So here you go.
Sky Striker Ace Ray.
Correct.
This
a lot of people
is
love
a
Ray.
Popular one.
She is very popular.
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
Attack and defense are both 1500. This is a level 4 dark monster.
At first, when I came back to play Master Duel, I didn't think that
this card. Quick
this
effect,
was good, but I
special
remember
summon
the
Sky
first
Striker
time I
Ace
played
monster
Master
from your
Duel
extra deck to the
was back when I think Sky Striker just was dominating the meta, kinda. Like I stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh for like a good few years. I know up to I quit like right around Pendulum, and then I came back to play Snake Eyes and U-Bills. And the recursion is troubling to say the least, but at least it's not as bad as Runix for me personally.
extra monster zone. Oh boy. Oh, I'm okay.
It will make. I will let you know. It's gonna sound complicated. It'll be very simple when you actually understand how this works.
Great. While this card is in your graveyard, if a face-up Sky Striker Ace Link monster you control is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can special summon this card. You can only use each effect of Sky Striker Ace Ray once per turn. Do I get to see Sky Striker? I guess Sky Striker Ace is going to be
the archetype.
Like the archetype. Yeah, I was going to say. So there's going to be a lot of Sky Striker Ace dash other person name.
Correct. Or Sky Striker or something. Sometimes they're not always Ace. Ace might be the monsters, but the spells, I believe, don't have the word Ace in it. But so this is the Sky Striker archetype. I'm going to give you a free one. This card didn't get hit. This card is like the centerpiece of the whole archetype. The whole thing revolves around her.
Never got hit.
I'm not sure. You weren't really much of an anime guy. Did you ever like see anything like related to Zoids by chance?
Zoids?
Does that sound familiar?
No.
Okay, never mind then. It was gonna help you understand how this works conceptually, but here we go. Let's just get to the next
Let's
card
see
here,
the
so you can see
Link
what we're
monster
working with.
or
Star Striker Ace Kagari?
Kagari. Yep.
Kagari. Okay. It's a Fire 1, 1500 attack, and Link 1. Oh god, I've got to remember what a Link monster is.
So
oh, no.
basically, the way to think of this is that Ray has a bunch of different mech suits, and she can change into the different mech suits.
So she's
at
like
will, and they all
Iron
do
Man
different
or
things.
something.
So basically, if you have a Ray or another Sky Striker Ace monster on the field, you can link that off by sending it to the graveyard, and you get to summon another one from your extra deck. So this allows her to like change suits depending on the situation and can adapt at will.
Okay, where does this card go?
This is a Link monster, so this is in the extra deck, and the next several that I'm going to show you are in the extra deck.
So if it's Link dash something, it's always in the extra deck?
Correct. All Link monsters are in the extra deck.
One non-fire Sky Striker Ace monster. That's what you have to link to get what.
Correct. So that means you can't just link a copy of herself into herself. That's the restriction there. So you can go into all the other mech suits because they're not fire. They're all different attributes.
If this card is special summoned, you can target one Sky Striker spell in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. Gains 100 attack for each spell in your graveyard. What does the one in your hand? That does.
This card gains 100 attack.
This card gains 100
settings.
attack.
Yep.
Okay.
Unlike
For
Magic,
each
we don't
spell
separate
in your
our
graveyard.
spacing in cards.
So
yeah,
if
they
you
should
can
just go
tier
up.
elements mill
They
yourself
should
out,
just
you can
hit
attack
enter
for
and just move
probably
down
lethal somehow
another
if you have
line.
enough spells.
Yeah,
That's
so
fine.
the majority of this deck plays spell cards, and there is a threshold mechanic as well that if you have 3 or more spell cards in your graveyard, all of the spell cards gain an additional effect. So they have like a normal effect, and then if you have at least 3 spells in the graveyard, they do something else as well.
Okay, that's great. I can't wait to keep track of all that. You can only special summon this once per turn. Okay, there are once per turns all over the place. That's something. Okay.
Would you like to see a Sky Striker spell to help you out?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. I have to
What
figure
is
out
he
if
gonna
this one
show?
got banned.
Link.
Is this one going to be a quiz?
What's the name? Linkage and what's the main card names? Engage. He's gonna show Engage or Afterburner.
Or if it's
Oh,
perfectly
God.
fine at 3. Yeah, great time for you. Here we
I
go.
think Engage or
Okay.
Afterburner. Yep,
Sky
Engage.
Striker Mobilize. Engage. The spell card. If you control no monsters in your main monster zone, add 1 Sky Striker card from your deck to your hand. Oh my god. Except Sky Striker
So
Mobilize.
searching
Engage. Then if you have
recursion,
3 or more spells in your
recycling.
graveyard, you can draw 1 card. You can. Okay, what is
So
this?
it's
This is
essentially
spell.
a
So it doesn't have
plus
a cost, so you
one.
can just throw it down. If you control no monsters in your main monster zone, then you go and get a Sky Striker, which can be any of the things I've already seen. And then if you have 3 or more spells in the graveyard, you draw, which is pretty good in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Uh-huh.
What the hell, dude? Oh my gosh, this is gonna
What do you
be
mean? I told you were going to love this. You get to draw cards.
Oh my god. I mean, I guess, and tutor. It's tutoring and drawing doesn't seem fair.
Do you think this card got banned?
Sky Striker Mobilize?
Tutoring
Engage?
and
Uh-huh.
drawing
That
does
seems too
not
good.
sound
I
fair
mean,
to me
it's-
too.
Now I need to know, well, I kind of need to know if there's the mill aspect or some way to flip over a bunch of cards without a big cost, right? Or if, like, it depends on spell density. How easy is it to get that final line?
I am
That's the
going to
thing.
be showing you a lot of spells in this video, and it is very easy to achieve that threshold of 3 or more. I will be completely
Yeah,
straight
because
with
not only there's
So then the next thing,
archetypals
yeah,
and
okay, so
then
if you're
there's
drawing a
also
card
like
regularly with this
generic
card,
spell cards that
can you
are like
only play this if you have no
draw
monsters in
engine
your main
or
monster zone?
basically
you can't just play this and
upstart
draw
is
if
is
you have
just
a
a
monster in
plus,
that
right?
zone?
Correct. You have to have no monsters in the main monster zone, but link monsters occupy the extra monster zone. So since you basically just play 1 monster and you just keep changing her suit effectively, she's never leaving the extra monster zone. So this deck
is not hard.
correct. Yes.
This-
So that's
this
like
is a
part of the
very
gimmick of this.
castable card.
Correct.
I was
That's the gimmick
surprised
of
to
this
see
archetype
it
is
for
that
the
you don't
first
play
time
with
because,
stuff in your
like,
main monster zone, you just have like
normally you
Ray
would
in her
expect
mech
like
suit
5,
and then
6
a billion
monsters
spell
on
cards.
the field, right? But they only play
And
like
this
1.
doesn't say once per turn.
Funny you noticed that, CGV. Very funny you noticed that. Okay.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
I mean, this seems stupid. I mean, Pot of Greed's banned. This is a tutor and a draw. It's a Pot of Greed with a tutor on half of it.
You're learning. I'm so proud of you.
He is learning. He is going crazy with it.
What the hell? This isn't even.
You haven't even seen what he
Holy
can tutor
shit.
yet, and it's already busted.
No, it's this. It could tutor. It could tutor a piece of fodder, and it would be busted.
You're
I
learning.
banned
I'm so
that.
proud. I'm so proud
Oh,
of you.
that's a snap ban, right?
Is it?
There's
Let it-
no way this is still alive. Okay,
It's
the
not
only
banned.
thing is if the requirements are hard to meet. You're giving me the impression this isn't even close to difficult.
You can very easily do the second effect on your first turn. It is not hard to put 3 spell cards in the graveyard.
Yeah, and then when you cast this like 3 times, you're good, right? Let's see, it's from your deck to hand, so you can even play another one, Yeah, no,
And
no,
It
no.
can't search
why don't you
itself
read
though.
Kagari
That's
one
what
more
he
time?
thinks.
I don't want to, but I will. For you. Let's see. If this card is special summon, you can target 1 Sky Striker spell and add it to your... Oh yeah. It said spell.
He's
It
piecing
says
it
spell.
together.
Oh.
It's already going well. It's already going well. I'm happy we did this.
Ah. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the only way this card got bad is if all the good Sky Striker cards in the format got banned.
Okay.
So that,
Okay.
like, the
So did they
adding the
ban
cards
this or
to your deck
everything
was
else?
terrible. It's this or everything else. I mean, yeah. I mean, if I start off, here's the thing. this is actually not a situation where I can lose. If I say this wasn't banned, it's still broken as hell, and everybody will agree it should have been. So I'll have the people either way. Either I'm right or I'm right in spirit. So yeah, ban Mobilize Engage. Ban that card.
Okay. Do you want to guess on Kagari as well, or do you want to know if Engage got banned first?
Man, it's
I'm gonna be nice
tough.
and give you the option.
With Kagari, it depends on the other spells.
Okay.
Like if I'm saying this got banned,
Kagari is crazy,
obviously
though.
the presence
I
of
mean,
Engage
it's not
means this
that
could have been
crazy,
banned
I
first
guess.
if they
It's
just
hard
wanted to
one
like
per-
reduce
once
it.
per turn.
But then
Restricted is an option too. Restricted is an option
Yeah.
too. You can have
But-
3 Kagaris in your extra deck if it's not restricted. So
Yeah, I was thinking about that. And then it's like, well, if it's limited,
I mean,
if
you've
it's
played
just one,
3
it's
of
still
this
a problem.
at 3.
okay.
It's still not good. It's coming out of the extra deck anyway.
Because I think it
Not good, as in
recycles
it's
too, right?
very
I don't play
dangerous for the
Sky
It's
Striker,
a
but I think
dangerous
it
thing. And this
goes
one says
back
once per turn, so
somehow?
it's not
No.
like the end of the world if it's
It doesn't go
limited.
back, right?
It's still a pretty
You can also only
busted
summon it
card.
once per turn anyway, so like it kind of, you know, it's
Exactly.
like it doesn't really matter in that regard.
So, like, Kagari getting limited might make sense. I need to see some other busted spells, because
Okay.
if the other spells are pretty generic, then maybe you could get
Well,
away
why
with
don't I?
limiting Kagari.
We'll hold off on Kagari for now. We'll hold off on Kagari.
Oh my gosh, layers of complexity.
We'll hold off on Kagari. We'll talk about Engage. You're incorrect because it's at 3. After being banned for several years. You are correct.
Okay.
I was just messing with you.
Okay, so it is banned.
Jesus, man.
Yes, so
I've
Engage-
never been around
You
when it
actually
was
identified
banned,
it.
so
You identified it perfectly. It is basically the modern rendition of Pot of Greed. Granted, the one card you're getting is something that is searchable in the archetype. However, it's still a 1 for 2, and it's not once per turn like Pot of Greed. So it is not uncommon. Some of the most frustrating gameplay is when you go activate Engage, search your card, draw a card.
Search
Oh look, I
Kagari.
drew another Engage. I'm gonna go ahead and fire that off. That has happened many a times. And it's very frustrating.
That's
But
crazy
yeah,
that
this
they
card did
can't.
get banned, so you did get a
Yeah,
card.
it is
It's legal
crazy
now
that
at 3,
there's
but it
no
was for a long
hard
time.
once
Sky
per
Striker
turn.
was touted as like one of the best decks, and people refuse to let this deck die. This deck actually still receives modern support, and they keep pushing the boundaries and want to make this deck continue to be playable because Ray's a very popular character, and so it's legal now, but it was banned, so you get the full support. Okay. You wanted to see more spells to evaluate Kagari, so let's go ahead and show you some more spells here. You get to see what Engage gets to
Mausoleum.
search.
Sky Striker Mecha Hornet Drones is a spell card. Okay, she's getting more popular by the moment. Why am I reminded of like the gacha games where you get to dress your character?
She
It
does
is
have that
gacha
vibe.
games.
She does have that vibe.
Yeah, okay. All the different outfits we get to find for our favorite waifu here. If you control no monsters in your main monster zone, special summon 1 Sky Striker Ace token. This is a Warrior Dark level 1 attack 0 defense 0 in defense position, which cannot be tributed. And if you have 3 or more spells in your graveyard when this resolves, the token's attack defense becomes 1500 instead. Okay.
Do you play
Getting
one
a
off of
spell.
Hornet
This is another one
Drones?
without a once per turn.
Is it really needed?
But it does say if you control
I
no
mean, I
monsters
guess
in your
if
main
you
monster
play it,
zone,
if you need
and
a
this
body,
puts
right?
a token monster in that zone.
It
Is
does.
that right?
Correct.
Okay.
However,
So-
keep in mind this is a Sky Striker Ace monster, so you can immediately, similar to Ray, instead of linking Ray off into one of your mechs like Kagari, you can link off the token, as a matter of fact, because it is a material for a link summon. You can link off the token into a Kagari hypothetically instead. So think of it as like 4 through 6 copies of Ray, if you will.
Okay, I think I need a refresh on link summoning then, because I thought it had to be a link. No. What it gets is a link monster. Anything can be link summoned, but what is the requirements to be the materials for a link summon?
So all you have to do
It
is look
says
at,
on the
go back to
core,
Kagari.
right?
Kagari says 1 non-fire Sky Striker Ace monster. So as long as in the
It says
title
on
of
the card.
It says it on the card. Yep. So it says there. So any Sky Striker Ace monster, which Ray and the token both meet the criteria of, you would send that to the graveyard, and then you would go into your extra deck, take out the Kagari, and place it into the extra monster zone.
Hey, what's up,
If it were a
Shad?
Link 2 monster, you would have to have 2 monsters going to the graveyard in order to play the Link 2 monster and so forth.
Okay, I'm like, why does it say it cannot be tributed if nobody is like
It's not
tribute
tributed.
summoning anyway.
That's a great question. I mean,
what's the point of that?
there have been historically some decks that revolve around tribute summoning. So like, I don't know why they put such a random restriction on this card, but yeah, they did. I guess they didn't want those decks using it.
So yeah, that helps
is
because I
pretty
was just
random.
like, what am I missing with that restriction? Because it doesn't even sound like it matters.
I will be honest, it pretty much never comes up. Yeah, you're right.
Yep. And this is a spell, and it says as it resolves. So does this count as one of the spells in your graveyard?
No, because it hasn't resolved yet, so the card is not in the graveyard yet. So you would need to have 3 other spells already in the graveyard for that to be the case.
So how important, I guess we have to look at like how important is it that it's a defense position, 1500? That's
It's not important
kind
at
of-
all,
I mean,
I think.
basically this is a piece of material that is a spell. So it's kind of cheating in the archetype by giving you more spells than you normally have,
Correct.
because normally this would just be on a body.
There you go.
You search up a spell
That's a good assessment.
with the Sky Striker Ace.
That's
you
great.
get this thing. You put this. You make
Start
another
combo with
Sky Striker
Hornet
Ace
drones.
token, and then you use that to link. I'm guessing you can either, if this were legal to have more, you could get more Kagari. Nope, it's a once per turn. Never mind. But
Wait, it
you
is
could
not
probably
once.
use it to go get
Oh,
more
Kagari
link
is once per turn,
monsters
yeah.
from your extra deck, right?
You can, because hypothetically, if you go Hornet Drones, summon the token, you link it off into Kagari. If Kagari adds back the Hornet Drones, there's no once per
Yep.
turn on this card. You can activate this again, make another token. Now you have 2 monsters on the field, so you can hypothetically link the Kagari and the token up into a link 2.
Okay, and is there a link that gets it back again? Like, are there like 5 versions of Kagari so that now you have a full board off one
It's
card?
You will
Shizuku,
find
right?
out shortly.
Oh, that's a yes. Oh, okay.
Is that
So-
Shizuku or
That's the thing.
Yeah,
that
Shizuku.
having one of these is still that bad. Having one
Shizuku.
Sky Striker Ace Kagari is still that bad, unless they're gonna ban the spells. Man, that seems weak to ban the spells and just leave these cards in the extra deck.
They could restrict them.
I mean, if you restrict this card, there's still tutors to go get it.
There are, but there's less copies
And
of it
then-
around. So
Yeah, but then you also get it back. Like, I don't know if that fixes it.
you have to think about it from the perspective of if it's limited to a singular copy, you have a less likely chance of having it in your opening hand, let's say. So then you have to like use engage to go find like this particular card. It matters like from a consistency perspective. Yeah, it's still available, but consistency wise, it's not going to be as nearly redundant, I guess is like the best way to look at it.
But as we've also talked about, do you really want your games coming down to who drew their one of copy? It feels even
That's
worse.
fair. That's
when they
a,
just
that's a
do
fair
it,
point.
Right?
That's a fair point. Yeah.
I feel a little silly because I still don't feel like I have absolutely all the information I need. But if this spell, the Sky Striker Mecha Hornet Drones, if there are ways to fetch it and get it back, and it can chain thing into thing into thing into thing, it feels like you have to break the chain. So how do you break the chain? Restricting it doesn't look like it's going to do the job.
It doesn't do
because,
anything.
like I said, you can just fetch this, or it's the nastiest if you have it in your opener. It's like, then do you ban a card that would just sit in the extra deck that keeps that chain going?
You tell us.
I'm in a tough spot. I'm definitely sure they tried restricting them. It feels like they would try restricting them.
I don't think they hit Hornet
You guys are gonna
drones.
laugh at me. My gut is telling me I still am not in a position to figure out if either one gets banned. I think the Sky Striker Ace Kagari is an exciting card. You love that people love gains 100 attack for each spell in your graveyard.
Yeah.
They love like going through
Eh.
the motion of
They love
building a
getting
thing
Pot of
up
Greed back
and
to
then
their graveyard, actually.
yeah, I mean, they love that too. But the way that this thing just kind of can throw that big haymaker punch is very exciting. You know, yeah, I can definitely tell this is a card that people will love. And then it's like, do you enable that card by restricting the things that let you chain off? That just feels like this might sound stupid depending on how the rest of this video goes. That sounds like Yu-Gi-Oh to me. Like,
Okay.
that sounds like a lot of other Yu-Gi-Oh to me.
Okay.
So I'm not ready to say either of these got banned. Maybe I should. I'm definitely, if I had to pick one, if you told me one was banned, I would pick the Hornet Drones. But
Okay.
right now I'm going to say neither.
You're talking about Hornet Drones and Kagari specifically.
Yeah, I'm going to say
Okay.
restricted probably did that, but not banned.
So you think they both got restricted?
I think Hornet Drone, Yeah, I think they both did.
You are correct, as a matter of fact, CGB. You
Oh
got
my
it.
God.
So they did restrict both of these cards. So let me give you some context.
Okay.
So what's interesting
I
about
did
the
not
Sky
know
Striker
that.
cards, obviously Yu-Gi-Oh is very an archetype-centered game, where you guys have colors, we have archetypes. So like you see a Sky Striker card for a Sky Striker deck, you automatically want to think about including it in your deck because it has a lot of natural synergy. However, what's interesting about the Sky Striker package specifically, and this is with Engage, Hornet Drones, and a few other cards you're going to see here shortly, is that you can package
play a
them
lot
as a small
of
engine
generic.
in other decks that are not Sky Striker decks, because getting to just draw cards off Engage is crazy for any deck, right? And aside from just like there's no real reason, like, if your deck can afford to play these cards, there's no reason not to play them. People even nowadays
So if your
still look
deck
to
is
this
like
engine as something they can put in
lean
their deck because the
35,
fact
you
that
can play
Engage
like
lets you draw
small
cards is
engine
crazy.
of.
Hornet Drones is very good because, like I said, being able to go Hornet Drones, play a token, link it off into Kagari, get back the Hornet Drones, summon it again. Being able to have a one card into a Link 2 monster is very good in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, just getting that free material off of a single interaction is very good in our game. So as a result, they actually ended up eliminating Hornet Drones just to remove some of that like redundancy and consistency for not even just Sky Striker decks, but like other archetypes in general. And then we get to Kagari. Kagari being able to recur any spell card, as you've figured out, is batshit crazy in this archetype because, again, you have basically Pot of Greed. And there's all the other cards that Kagari can add back that you have yet to see. So they ended up restricting it as a result. I believe it might be at 3 now. I think it is. So it's back at 3, but for a long time it was actually restricted to a singular copy. Because it was just too good. It was just the recursion on being able to get back Pot of Greed. You can't really beat it. So I'm impressed. You got both of them being restricted. Good job.
I am blown away. This might be this might be the most niche called shot I've ever got right.
But you got it right. But you got it right. Let's show you your next
Oh
spell
my
card.
God.
Let's keep on with the spells before we go back to the mechs, because I think that'll help you give some context here.
Sky Striker Mecha Widow Anchor? I said Window Anchor?
Widow
what am
Anchor.
I talking about?
Yep.
Widow Anchor. What is a Widow Anchor?
You're about to find out.
If you control no monsters in the monster zone, target one face-up effect monster on the field, negate that face-up monster's effects until the end of this turn. Then if you have 3 or more spells in your graveyard, you can take control of that monster until the end. I thought it would say destroy it.
He's crazy.
I was ready for like banish or something, but no. We call it yoink
Widow-
in Magic.
Widow
Yoink it.
Anchor is
Yoink it.
Okay. You can
honestly
search this
kind
up,
of
huh?
crazy.
Uh-huh.
That's convenient. That's
Also,
nice.
keep in mind, this
I
is
bet,
a quick play spell, so you can use this at instant speed.
I bet this is really fun to play around. You know,
It actually is. It actually is. I'm not gonna lie.
You're not even being like LOL about that. You're serious.
No, I'm
Like,
being
it's
serious. Like, I actually
Okay.
think this is like a very interesting card. Yeah.
negate its effects until the end of this turn, and then if you have 3 or more spells, which is easy, you can take control of it. Wow.
Pretty good,
Wow.
huh?
Yeah, that's a really good card. That would be really good in Magic. Even
It's
at
a
like
third
3 or
turn
4 mana.
usage,
Probably
right?
4 mana would be too much. At
And
3
in
mana,
our
that would be
game,
really
it's
darn good.
free.
And in
It
your
is.
game,
It is not.
free. You can't have
I
any
mean,
monsters.
first
Apparently,
turn
that's easy
is.
mode. I bet the whole deck
First
just
turn
doesn't put
doesn't do
anything into the
anything.
main
If
monster
you
zone
go
except when you
second-
steal something.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
it's
much.
either
I mean,
second turn,
the
going
Hornet Drones
second
will put a
or
token there,
third.
but Widow Anchor, when it steals stuff, it does go to the main monster zone. So that is like the only way. Interesting. I should let you know mechanically. Let's say your opponent has 2 monsters, and you have no monsters in the main monster zone. You can activate Widow Anchor, target a
then you
monster
can-
to take it, and then you can chain and put on the stack a second Widow Anchor to target the other one, and then you can take both. Because since you don't, at the point of activation, control anything in the main monster zone, you're allowed to chain these together to steal multiple things. Because on resolution, then you will have them in the main monster zone. So you can't go like one, steal something, then play the other.
If I
steal
get
something else.
to
You can
Widow
chain them
Anchor,
together 'cause it's
I'd
quick
quit
play
the
spell.
game.
Okay.
I feel like that's relevant for
Awesome.
you to know, so I wanted you to know mechanically that works.
I appreciate that. Let's talk some more mechanics. if the opponent is attacking you, can you steal something and then have it block or put it in defense position, or do you get anything like that?
Yes. So let's say your opponent has 2 monsters. They declare an attack with 1. You activate Widow Anchor to steal the other one. What happens at that point is a replay occurs, as we call it. So since the amount of monsters on the player's field changed, the opponent
You
can
get to
choose to
redeclare
redeclare an
attack.
attack with that same monster, or they can
Yep.
choose to just not attack at all at that point. So you can use this to like block your life points potentially.
Also, it's like, but you can't like blow them out by stealing something bigger that they accidentally run into.
No,
That's how
because
it
like
kind of works.
no,
in
there's
Magic.
not like it won't like the attack doesn't keep going and then they'll attack the monster. No, they get to choose if they want to attack again.
Still, it's like the tempo of that is really strong.
Potentially, yeah.
What else do you get by just stealing something? What else can you use it?
Work
I
those
guess if
brain
it's the
muscles. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away too easily, but there are other things you can do
Sure.
with this card.
I mean, if it's the mirror,
Negate.
you can use it to link summon stuff.
You
If
are
they just leave something out there.
correct. That is very true. So hypothetically, let's say your opponent has a Link 2 or Link 3 monster on the field. You can Widow Anchor, steal it, and if you have another monster, let's say you
Link
have like
off.
a Kagari or something in your extra monster zone, you can use the Link 1 Kagari and the Link 3, let's say, monster, and you can go into a Link 4, and now they don't get the monster back at the end of the turn because it goes to their graveyard.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
this
seemed pretty
watching
good.
it
That
die.
seems pretty
Isn't-
good.
It's another way to have materials with more spells density in your deck
Correct.
instead of monsters. Okay.
Correct.
Yep. That seems like a really good card.
There's a lot of cool tricks you can do with Widow Anchor. That's why I said it's a very interesting card.
And I'm supposed to say if it got banned or restricted.
Correct.
Did they have to? I don't think you ban it.
Okay.
It just doesn't feel like. It feels like this is.
It's
reliable,
really good, but
solid
if you ban it, then
interaction
what's
type
the
thing.
fun?
I can see how it can
Right?
be annoying, but also like you've got to interact somehow, and it's not like it just negates and banishes the thing. If they have a chance to get it back, you have to set up your thing. This doesn't feel totally bannable to me. It is pretty cool to just take their thing and smash them with it, but they can play around it.
You can just take something and attack them with it, yeah, like that, because we don't have
Yeah.
summoning sickness. So, like, if it's your turn, you want to proactively steal something to hit them in the face, like, you're totally allowed to do that.
Those cards exist in Magic, though, and almost never need to get banned.
Okay.
Almost. I don't know if they've ever been banned. This doesn't strike me as a ban. I'm sure that some people have called for it to be banned when
Magic
they
is
feel
scared of
they're
like
blue eyes or
scalable
whatever.
cards. Right?
You know,
Well, you can't. Funny
I
enough,
mean,
Yu-Gi-Oh,
funny
I
enough,
don't
you
think
can't
they're
actually steal a
scaling.
Blue Eyes because a Blue Eyes is not an effect monster.
Oh, then this never got banned. Obviously, if the Blue Eyes Timbies aren't complaining, this card is fine. There's no questions. Yeah, did it get restricted? I mean, it doesn't have any once per turn on it.
You are
And
noticing
if
a
you-
trend with this deck.
Yeah, if you can recur this again and again and steal a whole board, that's much more brutal. Because then
Uh-huh.
if they pass with a board, you just win.
Mm-hmm.
If we are restricting some of the other tutor cards, but maybe there are other ways to go get
I
this
want him
in
to
the
see
deck
Mausoleum,
still,
or
that's where
is it
like casting
Mausoleum?
this over and over might be problematic. And maybe it is like having two of these is just insane.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to go with this got restricted?
Are you going to?
So far,
think
what
it
you've
is
shown
restricted.
me, we've got an unrestricted Sky Striker Ace. Let me revisit this card really quick. While this is in your graveyard, face up Link monster, you just destroyed. You can opponent's card effect. You can special summon this card once per turn. You can tribute this card, special summon one Ace monster. So we know that Kagari is restricted, and that can go get one of these spells. We know that Engage got banned. I guess while Engage was legal, though, you could just keep doing this.
You could.
Awesome.
Yep.
I'm torn on this.
I bet it is really
I am
oppressive.
torn on this
though.
one.
Okay. I think
It
this is a
does-
tough one. I think this is a tough
Yeah.
one.
It feels like there are options to get around it. If this got restricted, I guess I could buy it. But I'm thinking that the pieces around it that make it possible to play and replay and overplay this is probably a worse issue. I'm going to go with this one is not banned or restricted.
Your first wrong choice of the video. Widow Anchor was restricted alongside everything else you've seen thus far, and of course Engage getting banned. So, this one's a bit questionable, I will say. This card I wouldn't say was like giga oppressive, but having multiple copies, like doing
It
the
is
tricks that I was telling you about,
Pretty.
can be very annoying.
oppressive.
And you haven't seen the full suite of cards yet, and when you do, you might realize like, okay, like I could see why they would limit Widow Anchor as a result of like some of the rest of these cards. There's other cool tricks you can do with Widow Anchor that I will get to probably later when we get to some of the other cards, but I think this is like a very well-designed card for what it's worth, because you do, again, have to have no stuff in the main monster zone. Being able to steal stuff
Yeah,
is really
there's some
good, and it's just like there's a lot of cool tricks you can
for
do with
it.
this card. It's I wouldn't say it's like the most unique card to Yu-Gi-Oh, but I think it just like has so much application that I love the design of it. So it got restricted.
What kind of a friend doesn't show me absolutely every bit of context I need to make
Yeah,
the right
yeah. I'm gonna
choice?
show you
How
all
does
40
somebody do
billion
this
cards
to
at
me?
once, and then you figure it out. Anyway, here's your next one.
Sky Striker Mecha
Ooh.
Modules.
Multi-roll, that's the
Multi-roll.
name.
I can tell I hate this already.
Just wait till you read it.
Once per turn, you can target one other card you control. Send that card to the graveyard. Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to your spell card activations for the rest of the turn, even if this card leaves the field. Okay, busted.
You're only
It's
halfway
crazy.
through.
You know, I mean, I'm trying to remember. Did I show you Silence in a video, or was that from us playing Magic? You
No,
saw
I think you
Silence
showed me
and said it
Silence
would
in
be
a video.
broken.
You showed me
Yeah,
Silence
you,
in a video.
yeah. You were like, that's busted. That would be busted in Yu-Gi-Oh. Well, there you go.
It's just for spell cards. It's just spell cards.
I mean, I guess.
The whole deck is built around spell cards, you know? It's just
Yeah,
spell cards.
I'm sure in the mirror that was fun.
Oh, don't get me started.
You can only gain the previous
got
effect once per
flashbacks.
turn. Once per turn, during the end phase, you can set Sky Striker spells with different names from your graveyard up to the number of Sky Striker spell cards you activated this turn while this card was face up on your field, but banish them until they leave the field. Oh, Magic, we call that Underworld Breach. You get to play all your whole graveyard again.
Yeah, exactly. You need more Pot of Greeds? Here you go.
Wow.
This is
It's
insane.
like they just, and this is a continuous spell.
This is a continuous spell. So not only does this apply on your turn, if you use stuff on your opponent's turn, multi-roll triggers during the end phase.
Oh my god.
Because it says the end phase, not your end phase. So if you hypothetically Widow Anchor an opponent's monster, at the end of the turn, you can get that Widow Anchor right back for your next turn.
Oh my god.
I told you you'd like this deck.
I mean,
Oh, right.
do I?
I didn't think that it was restricted,
This
but I
feels
didn't
toxic.
take multi-roll into account because it's recursion
This feels
on crack.
This feels messed up. I mean, we talked about earlier. We're like, do you want it to come down to who drew their Hornet drones? This is definitely like who tutored up or drew their multi,
chat.
which from the density of like tutors I'm seeing is whoever went first. Nice. I already want to ban it. So what would stop me?
I will say, we haven't got to it yet, there is a card and cards in this archetype that can actually destroy the multi-roll. So if you're talking about the mirror match, there are ways to interact with it.
I
Okay,
believe
I
you.
think that's
Those would have to have a lot of other words
the
on
blue
them too,
gate
though, to
card,
still be
right? I
proactive
don't
and
know
fit
it.
correctly in
You'd be
decks like
surprised.
this. And
Be surprised.
I'm sure they do. I'm not. I don't think I'll be as surprised as you think I will be anymore.
I've already showed you Terralament. The bar's too high now. That's the problem.
Yeah, I don't doubt that there are answers, and I know that hand traps are monsters. So
There are
you can
also
still
just spell
use
cards in the
those.
game that just say target a spell or trap and destroy it. So that's like also a thing.
But in this case, it's like you just play them again. You just play them again.
If it's not, if you know, you have to get it back, or you know, if it's restricted, there's only one copy. It's a lot harder to play again. Like so, there's stuff going on.
I
But
think-
if they blow
I
up
think it's
multi-roll and it's
limited
not
if
restricted or
we're
banned, you
thinking
just get
about
another one and then
Kagari
you play another
can
multi-roll.
recycle
You can,
anything.
however, it loses track of how many cards you've activated in a turn if you play another one, hypothetically. So, like, if you play
Loses
multi-roll...
track?
Yeah, so if you play a multi-roll, because it says you can set Sky Striker spells with different names from your graveyard up to the number of Sky Striker spell cards you activated this turn while this card was face up on your field. So basically, you have to play multi-roll first, then play all your Sky Striker spells. Then you would get them back during the end phase. So at any point, if I have a quick effect or an instant speed effect that destroys multi-roll, even if you have a second multi-roll, it doesn't have the tracking of how many spells you played that turn because the new copy wasn't on the field to see that, if that makes sense.
It still feels like you have to have the perfect answer at the right time, or this thing might just blow the game wide open. 'Cause
Or
if you play
Yu-Gi-Oh's
three
just that
spells,
crazy
you
that
just-
this card is fine. You know, there's that option too.
You just play 3 spells and then you, like, this just cast them all again? In Magic, we have Underworld Breach.
It's-
Underworld
it
Breach
doesn't
also, like, comes
exactly
down, it's on
cast
the
them
battlefield.
again.
You
Okay,
escape
but
your
you
first
said it.
spell,
You
like,
can
out of your
use it
graveyard.
next
The
turn.
opponent can respond by killing the Underworld Breach. In that case, you could respond with instant, like, quick effect spells. Can you do
can.
that here?
Yes, you can. Yep. So like during the
Seems
end
good.
phase, multi-roll will activate. If you have a quick effect a card that destroys a spell or trap, you destroy multi-roll, and then it doesn't resolve because it's no longer on the field.
It is spell limited, but that doesn't seem like a problem for this deck. Oh my gosh. Also, target one other card you control.
But you can't
How easy
activate
is that? Let's go back to Ray. Oh, it's easy.
Are you figuring out the synergy here?
I mean, yeah. it's kind of right there, isn't it? Like, you won't have trouble sending it to the graveyard and getting it back again. And then when you do that, you go and get your Kagari, who can set this up. To happen again.
Yep. Now you know what? You're starting to see why Kagari got limited now.
I mean, this is so brutal. Like, did this have to be banned? It seems so. I get that you can have more answers in it than they have this card, but it again leads to these situations where they just have this and then it runs away with the game.
You have to keep in mind too, we also just have cards in our game that destroy all spell and traps like on the field. So like even if they get back like 4 cards off of it, remember if it's like during your end phase, unless they're quick effects or quick play spells, they can't use them until the next turn. So if you get engaged, you have to wait a full turn to actually like fire off that engage again. So if your opponent has a way to like wipe your whole spell and trap back row, then it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So like we do have stuff like that.
Yeah, I have trouble seeing those getting
Feather Duster,
those feel like
Heavy
niche
Storm.
play, but
Okay,
maybe
that's
not if
I
this is
was
meta.
just saying that that's a thing. I'm just saying that that's a thing.
Like, I don't know. It seems like Yu-Gi-Oh! A game that has to stay mostly proactive with the few reactions being things that keep people from comboing.
Okay.
And I think if you're holding something that you have to play on your turn that blows up a back row in a format where spells and traps are generally slow, that doesn't sound
Spells,
great.
no.
I don't
Traps,
know.
yes.
Yeah, spells, okay. I mean, it still feels like you respond to that. Am I crazy? Like, you still get value out of it. I don't know. That doesn't sound great. Maybe I'm losing it.
Maybe.
But this thing seems like pretty busted to me.
So it's banned?
Lock you out of a turn, get a bunch of stuff back, and access to it all the time. It has all the red flags to me.
It does. It does have a lot of red flags.
And you're being all like, well, you can answer it. Just because something can be answered doesn't mean that it's not
I
broken.
agree. I agree.
The right
Dies the
answer
Doomblade, right? Dies the Doomblade
Dude,
argument.
Having the right answer is a cost, is a deck building cost, is an opportunity cost.
You have to remember, though, in Yu-Gi-Oh, we have the extra deck, and so we effectively have a 15-card command zone that's a Swiss Army knife of options to deal with, like, any particular card. So, like, in the extra deck, we might have cards specifically that say, like, target a spell or trap card on the field and destroy it, so that we have access to it at any moment, and we don't have to draw that option. So, while the, like, Dies to Doomblade argument's definitely something to consider, consider the fact that, you know, it would be like in Magic if you could access your sideboard at any moment to, like, take, like, a perfect option for, like, a situation to, like, contend with it.
If you're trying to get me off the banned argument, you're definitely making a good effort, and
I'm giving you context. I'm giving you context.
You're really
CGB got
jumping
trust
through
I think
issues,
it's something
man.
to consider
Simo's
because the
been
extra deck is
fucking
such
with
a
him
unique
too long.
mechanic for Yu-Gi-Oh specifically that I think sometimes, like, people might overlook that fact, right? So that I just wanted to give you that as a counter argument potentially.
You're implying the extra deck can deal with this.
There is plenty of cards in the extra deck that people can play that are generic and can remove spell and traps. Yes.
So
I'll even show you. You know what? I'll even show you one. Just for fun. I will even show you just so you see how generic like this option is. Here.
Is he gonna show Nightmare
Take
Phoenix?
a look at this card.
Nightmare Phoenix is 1900 Link 2 Fiend for 2 monsters with different names. If this is Link summoned, you can discard 1 card, then target spell or trap card, destroy it. Then if this card was co-linked, when this effect was activated, you can draw 1 card. Okay. And then you can also use this once per turn.
Yeah, so like every
co-linked
extra
monsters
deck
cannot be destroyed. Yeah, that's a lot of text.
Yeah, so like, I mean, the first part's the most relevant part here, but like every extra deck, especially during the time that Sky Striker was like in its prime, was playing Nightmare Phoenix. So like every deck had this option that if like a multi-roll hit the field, oh, I need to make a Nightmare Phoenix to destroy that, and like that's always an option you have. So just to give you an idea.
So was this fine at 3 because setting
I think
up
it's
and
limited.
going for it and then having Nightmare Phoenix hit it kept it in check?
Or even banned,
Potentially.
I guess.
I don't think so.
Okay, so you still think it's banned?
I could see the case for restricting it now.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
like if you can shut it down once and then they get it back with their one of copy of Kagari, and you try it again and maybe it goes off this time, but it's basically you got time locked by the Nightmare Phoenix, didn't answer it, like, and now you're behind.
Yeah.
I can see that now. That
Okay.
makes more sense to me. So, you know what? If this was banned after all this that you've been, all the like context you provided, you should feel like bad about just trying to like sideswipe my gut reaction. I'll go with it was restricted.
Final answer?
Yeah.
You actually listened to me, and you were rewarded because you were correct. It did get
Thank
restricted.
you.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're such a good friend.
I was
never
talking you
doubted
off
for a
of
second.
It's funny because I was talking you out of it being banned, but I was wondering if the mind games you would just still think that I was trying to bait you. So, no, multi-roll did
He
get
does
restricted,
think that, though.
rightfully so, because just again the recursion is so strong on this card. I believe it's probably at 3 now, because like a lot of the Sky Striker stuff's back at 3, because this set came out around like 2017, 2018, so it's like 7 years old at the time of recording this. And like I said, the deck continues to get more support, but in terms of like power creep, the game has
It's
just like, far
upcoming,
exceeded Sky
right?
Striker's potential. Although there are still people that play the deck because like the deck keeps getting more support, and the new support continues to be very good because people love the deck so much. But it's just like in terms of like it's not a tier 1 contender by any means. It's just a deck that people really like, so they'll play it for fun. But yep, you got it correct. Good job. Alrighty, here is your next card.
Sky Striker Airspace Area 0. Spell, like many things, you can target one other card you control. Excavate the top 3 cards of your deck. If you do,
that reveals like you look at the top 3 and you show them to your opponent as well.
you don't mill them.
So
You
Scribe.
don't mill them. They're in kind of like a void, and you'll understand why when you read the rest of the text.
Excavate the top 3 cards of your deck, and if you do, you can add one excavated Sky Striker card to your hand. Also shuffle the rest into the deck. Then if you excavated a Sky Striker card, send a targeted card to the graveyard. Okay, one other. Oh yeah, you started by targeting a different card.
Correct. So
Okay.
only if you actually got a Sky Striker card, you send the card to the graveyard. If you whiff, it doesn't send the card.
If this card in the field zone is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon one Sky Striker Ace monster from your deck. You can only use each effect of Sky Striker Airspace Area 0 once per turn. So, the glue that holds all this together, our gal Ray, probably takes another one for the team. And then what? We get a Sky Striker Ace monster from our deck. So we need something that isn't in the extra deck in this sense.
Right. So Ray, for the most part.
Okay.
Yep.
Wait, so we bin Ray and then go get another
You could
Ray.
bin other cards because it puts more spells in the graveyard for you to get to like your engage activation.
Sure.
You can also, I guess I'll tell you this, there's a very fun trick you can do. So, if you have Area 0 and Ray face up, you can activate Area 0 to target Ray, and you can chain Ray's effect as Chain Link 2 on the stack to tag her out into a mech like Kagari. And then Area 0 still resolves all the way. So you still look at the top 3. If you get a Sky Striker card, you add it to your hand. But it says send the targeted card to the graveyard. You already sent Ray to the graveyard for her effect, so like it's basically free.
Yeah, and then you get to special summon a Sky Striker Ace monster from your deck.
That's only if this gets destroyed.
If this gets destroyed,
The Area 0 gets destroyed.
The
Correct.
spell?
Correct.
This is kind
This
of like
isn't the field zone,
tutoring, but
oh, okay. It's
it's
this.
For a bit of
calling
a
it
reminder,
tutoring
field
is
zone is a
kinda
specific zone
off a
on the board
stretch.
that's like only for these types of cards, but it's basically it's like a
Okay,
continuous
well,
spell, but it has just
we're
like
about
a different
halfway through.
classification. So it stays out active until something interacts with it to remove it from the field. So it's like an enchantment in that sense.
It says you can only use it once a turn, but I mean, it does seem to imply here that on the next turn you could use a Sky Striker Airspace Area 0 to target another Sky Striker Airspace Area 0.
You can only have one field spell, so you can't target another Area 0 with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can, if you want a bit of context, if you remember our good old card multi-roll from before, you can target another card you control, send it to the graveyard. Now all your spells are basically uncounterable. Area 0 then triggers because it was sent from the field to the graveyard by a card effect, so you can get Ray immediately from your deck, and you can start doing the fun stuff.
Good God. I mean, That's a solid consistency enabling spell right there.
Yep.
It's
It
a
very
good
much
old.
is.
It's a ponder with upside in Magic terms, and that would be way too good. Is it too good for Yu-Gi-Oh?
Is it too good for Yu-Gi-Oh? What a great question.
Is it too good for Yu-Gi-Oh? It seems. It honestly just feels like another consistency piece that is like. I'm
It
trying to.
doesn't feel
Is it
that
crazy like how consistent Yu-Gi-Oh decks
strong.
are, like when you're reading these cards?
Yes. Yes, it's honestly nauseating. It's like you guys really just like doing the same thing over and over and over and over, don't
Eh.
you? I mean, I feel like in Magic we actually have to work for it.
I will say I think that's like a signature like hallmark of Yu-Gi-Oh though, is that all decks, not all decks, but a lot of decks are very consistent. And so while yes, that may sound boring because you're like executing the same plan over and over again, it's good in the fact that you
The
don't feel like
route
you were
doesn't
screwed
look
for
the
like
same.
one particular reason or another, because every card like tutors for every other card, right? And so like they all function differently, sure, but a lot of people like the fact that like Yu-Gi-Oh is a hyper consistent game and that you can do your game plan. So now it's like, is your game plan good enough to stand up to your opponent's game plan? Because you're removing that variance.
And this is why you have a very, very devoted audience.
I think so. I think so.
Because it's some people who just really like doing this every game.
Yep.
Every time. Every time. This
This-
feels
I don't think
like
that's
a
a
very
fair
good
assessment.
consistency card. I'm trying to... it's a tough one for whether or not a card like this needs to be restricted, because
I
it is
think,
definitely a button they could push if the deck
calling
itself
it
is too powerful.
Sure.
Not working
Sure.
for
You've already
it,
seen
or
they have no issue taking the Grim Reaper sites to half this other deck.
let's think about it. It's true that it doesn't feel like we're working for it, or but I just think that why wait around just to fill up, just to play when we can, just do everything. It's all gas, baby. And not only does it not feel that, I mean, it is pretty monotonous sometimes, or not monotonous. Monotonous is a strong word, but with interactions and stuff like that, like with thousands of cards in the card pools, I feel like there's variable that cannot be accounted for, and that's the fun of it. Yeah.
So
So with those cards being restricted, that already affects the consistency. Did they need to further nerf it?
sure.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna go with my gut and say that they kept this card.
And
That
you
this
be-
card's not restricted.
Correct. They never touched
Yep.
this card. This card's totally
Okay.
fine. Yep, it's a good consistency piece. Sometimes you whiff, and that's just the way the game goes. But being able to like send it off of, like I said, off of multi-roll to be able to get yourself a ray, and then all your spells are basically uncounterable. That was a very common move with this card. There's also cards, like I said, that there's spell cards that just say target a spell or trap card you control, or target a spell or trap card anywhere and destroy it. People would just go play area 0, play the thing to pop my own area 0 just so I can get to ray, just to add to the consistency of the deck. So you have the flexibility to pop your opponent's stuff, but you can also pop your own stuff just to make sure that your game plan is executed. But yeah, this card is totally fine.
Hanging in there.
Hanging in there. Got a
Wait,
few more spells, and then we'll get to the
Am I
mechs.
streaming
And so here
in
you go.
Sky
the
Striker
right
maneuver.
category? Oh, it's not.
Afterburners. Pew! Spell card.
Fuck.
You know, just really exciting. Here we go. Hit the button. Hit the gas. If you control no monsters, we've seen this. Target one
I thought I
face-up
was
monster
streaming
on the
to
field,
Master Duel.
destroy it.
Fuck
Then,
me.
if you have 3 or more spells in your graveyard, you can destroy 1 spell or trap on the field. Okay, this was kind of the removal I was looking for earlier, and it turned out to be the yoink effect. So,
Jones
very
off Harvard.
easy to meet. Yep. Very easy to meet the requirement, and also get a 2-for-1 out of it, which
Yep.
is pretty awesome in this case.
This also does, in the mirror match, you were asking, this is a way to destroy your opponent's multi-roll, for example.
Yep. It also can destroy your own area 0.
It can, because it's any spell or
Oh,
trap
I
card on
never
the field.
noticed.
I have trouble seeing them
Kagari
restrict
in the
a
middle
good
of
removal spell.
the
It's
court,
pushed.
honestly.
I mean, the fact that you can get a 2-for-1
Hey, what's
out
up,
of it is
Shad?
good, but everything else is getting value. So I don't feel like getting a 2-for-1 from what's happening on the field is nearly as powerful as just drawing more cards in this game.
Okay. So you think this card's fine?
I mean, obviously, fine is relative. I'm sure people got annoyed as hell by this card if everything's as consistent and brutal as it looks. But yeah, let's just keep this card at 3 copies.
What about this card?
Jamming Waves. If you control no monsters. They just keep doing this. They think we're gonna make a mistake. Okay, where's the card that just puts an indestructible monster in their monster zone and shuts down their deck? That's what I wanted.
They're actually, remember the kaijus? I told you about the cards you tribute over your opponent's monster to like give them a thing. That is a way that people completely screwed this deck over, because if you kaiju over their mech, then that goes in the main monster zone, so it shuts off like the Widow Anchors, it shuts everything off because they have something in the main monster zone now. So it's very funny that you say that.
Perfect. I already solved the meta.
You did?
Target one.
Too bad it's
spell trap on the
unsearchable
field,
though. I don't
destroy it,
want to
then if
play
you have 3 or more,
three
you can
off
destroy
of
one monster on the field.
kaijus, you know.
It's very similar. It's the fact that you can have 3 of each of these is probably brutal, but it's
And
still.
you can search them with engage. Remember that.
I know, but it's still just removal.
Okay.
It's just removal.
Okay.
And Afterburners has to be better because monsters are more common. But I mean, all you need is spells in the graveyard, and you just do both every time.
Look at you. Look at you.
I'm hanging. I'm hanging in
You
there.
are. Do you think both of these are fine?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if by like meta development that they actually cut a few of these and ran less intentionally because it was just too much reactive effect and not enough proactive effect.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with these are fine.
You are 100% correct. Afterburners was typically played as a one-of in the decks, just like if you needed it, you could search it with engage because the deck was so accessible. Jamming Waves sometimes saw play in the main deck as one-of, but typically it was sided as a one-of because spell and traps are a lot harder to interact, or not harder to interact with, but a lot of decks aren't playing as many spell or traps in their back row, depending on what type of deck that you're playing. So in the instance of you playing a matchup where the back row mattered, let's say the mirror match as an example, you would maybe side deck a copy of Jamming Waves in for games 2 and 3. But you were correct, like 100%. Afterburners is the better card, and Jamming Waves was second to that. All right, let's keep going.
You're right. I am starting to like the deck just a little.
I knew it. I knew it.
Oh crap! Oh my God! Shark Cannon. Shark Cannon?
That's a different
oh my goodness.
race
Okay, this is sweet.
Wait till you read it.
I don't
That
know
looks
if I've told you about a certain
that
card
looks
in
a
Magic
lot
that also
different
has my
than
heart,
normal Ray.
but it might be related to sharks. If you control no monsters in your main monster zone, target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, banish it, or if you have 3 or more spells, you can special summon that monster to the field, but it cannot attack ever.
Ever.
Well, that's cool.
Cool card.
Is this a quick play?
It is quick play. It has a little lightning
So you
bolt
can
symbol.
you respond to them getting stuff out of their
You
graveyard. with
can.
this.
Yes, you can.
That's good.
That's-
That's good interaction.
It is
That's
good interaction.
nice.
This is a very,
That's really
he's
good interaction.
very
he's
cool card.
learning
Yeah.
so
Oh
much.
hell
It's
yeah!
kinda
So did they
insane,
have
actually,
to cut back on it because it was too
for not
good?
playing the game
Because
at all.
remember, if you take your opponent's stuff out of the graveyard, you can like link off with it.
think
you can
this
do
is,
any
like,
matter
one-off,
nonsense
right?
with it. So I mean, similar to Widow Anchor, it does have that angle to it.
And if you don't have the 3 spells yet, you can just play it and banish something from their graveyard.
Yep, which is quick effect. So like if they go play a card to resurrect a
It's
monster, you
it's
can change
bad
that
because
damage
it's
statement to, just banish it
counterintuitive,
so that,
right?
the resurrection spell doesn't work.
Yeah,
Can
that's probably a
oh,
very
I mean,
relative
I
card.
guess you
Depending
can
on how many of these
choose.
spells, like it could be a 1-of to tutor for, or it
Sure.
could be a 3-of to disrupt. And yeah, getting it on the field is
I don't think
again,
3-off is the
kind of
right
a free
answer.
piece of link material
It
at
is.
worst.
It is. Yep.
Oh man, that's nice. Did something like that have to be restricted? You showed me
again,
a lot of
I don't
cards-
play
Engage.
Sky Striker, but I
Yep.
would imagine this
You
is
showed me a lot of
one-off.
cards that can pull stuff out of the graveyards. That
I have.
turned
It
out
was a
to
very
be
graveyard-centric game.
Yeah, that turned out to be banned or restricted too. It's hard for me to gauge how relevant the cannot attack part is. I don't think I've seen that before on a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It seems new.
I
there's
wonder
some
how
cards
much
that have it. It's not, like,
Master
super
Duel
common,
make in
but
a year.
That's compared to something like Widow Anchor, right? You can't just like smack your opponent with it, whatever you steal. So I think they put it on there for the reason that you're kind of figuring out, where it's like you want to use it for like link material or something else.
Okay, so they restricted the widow anchor, and this was one where you could kind of see, like, if you cast multiple of these in a turn and the game is just kind of over, could be very bad. So is this one where you just cast multiples? The fact that it cannot attack, that means the game's not over.
Well, again, if you just take something and then link it off into something else, now that thing can attack. So, like, it's kind of an easy way to work around that restriction.
True.
They make you do a little bit of work.
This one's tricky. Because I could see in Yu-Gi-Oh! And the whole graveyard reanimator vibes that you guys have that they might want to restrict this. There's no once per turn.
Oh,
like
most
usual,
people from
so
Japan
you could
spends
go
on
full
it.
grave robber with this thing.
You can. Yeah. You could go Shark Cannon, chain Shark Cannon, chain Shark Cannon, take 3 of your opponent's things.
And get it back,
Yep.
you know?
And just Kagari it back. Yep.
Yep, Kagari it back. That's nice. We like those. At that point, what had to happen there? The opponent filled their graveyard with monster cards, not spell cards, which this is a lot of spell cards. They left them in that graveyard, basically waiting for this to happen. Feels like there'd be a little more control over that, especially with all the cards I've seen in Yu-Gi-Oh! But maybe not as much in this archetype. It doesn't seem to be, And again, when something from the extra deck dies, where does it go?
To the graveyard.
Okay, it does go to the graveyard. I'm trying to think of what went to a different zone.
Pendulum monsters.
Summoning, I think.
Pendulum
That's
monsters,
right.
too.
That's right. Okay, so you can get their extra deck monsters with this.
You can.
So it's not like they don't have access to many monsters, but it cannot attack. Just looking over these again of like, what are we? All these things seem to have extra effects. You get their Sky Striker Ace Kagari. Then you get this back and you play it again. And oh, jeez. Does seem like a bit of a wrestling match.
I'm gonna need to go to the bathroom.
This one I could see.
Let me put some text on the screen. I'll be right
see being restricted, but I'm just not sure. There is a cost to just playing a bunch of these, not in the mirror. Obviously, in the mirror, like you're just going off and disrupting them is very important. But it does feel like in other matchups. That said, you said every deck uses the graveyard.
Pretty much.
In Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. Very few don't, I'll say.
Yeah, it does seem really good to just flip this and always be able to nerf an effect from the graveyard.
Hey, Shad, I'm back.
In Magic, I would say there's no way this is restricted. So
Okay.
this one's a tougher one for me.
Okay.
But I'll take a shot on this one, especially comparing it to the Widow Anchor. I can see
It's
similar
way
play
worse
patterns, so
than
I'm going to go with
during
restricting.
Widow
They
Anchor.
restricted the Shark Cannon.
You are incorrect, CGB. This card is
Damn it.
totally fine at 3. I think it's just because it's graveyard based, it's a bit more limiting, where like Widow Anchor is so much better because it actually affects the board. And people wouldn't really like max out on Shark Cannon. Like they might play like 1, maybe 2, depending on the circumstances.
That's
depending
what
on
I
the
was
format.
thinking. I was over indexing probably based on all the other stuff I've seen and thinking of cards like Abyss Dweller and yeah. I think I was just over
That's
indexing
fair.
on the graveyard.
You have to consider too, you have in the world where Engage is still legal, you have 3 copies of Engage. So it's like theoretically it's like you have 4 copies of Shark Cannon because you can like always access it if you need to, right? And so a lot of these types of cards, like they're typically played as a one of, just because if you need them, you search them and it's not too difficult to actually access them. So incorrect there, but that is totally fine. We have only
Can I clarify something?
Yeah, go ahead.
So you said in the world where you have Engage. In the tier limits and like the Dragon deck, they went through waves of bans. Did this only go through like one wave?
It went through multiple waves. I think I think they hit Kagari first, if I recall, and then they hit some of the other cards, and then Engage got banned later, and then I think that's also when they limited. I think they also limited like multi-roll around that point as well. But yeah, so they left Engage at 3 for a while, and they limited Kagari to like make it so it wasn't as nearly as recursive. And so yeah, that was the way that we played the deck, but it was still good.
That's still crazy that Engage was okay.
Okay.
I'm sure there was a reaction to that.
Okay, business-minded Konami. Engage was the chase card of the set. It was printed in. It was like $100 a copy. So I think that was part of the reason why. I think that was part of the reason why it did not get banned as quickly as it did. Okay. We got only. I'm just gonna show you one more spell, and then we'll show you the mechs, and we'll wrap it up from there. So here's your last spell.
Sky Striker Mecha Eagle Booster. This says if the usual. Target one face-up monster on the field. That target is unaffected by card effects this turn, except its own. And if you have 3 or more spells in your graveyard, it cannot be destroyed by battle. Target one face-up monster on the field. That target is unaffected by card effects this turn, except its own.
Yep. So basically,
There's got to be something with that. And it can't be destroyed by battle.
You can't still kaiju over it though. That's very funny.
You can kaiju over it?
Yeah, because the act of like tribute summoning an opponent's monster is not a card effect. It's like a summoning condition. So it plays around things that are unaffected by card
It's
effects.
a different level
That's
layers,
what
right?
Okay.
If I showed you the card, it would make more sense.
It is unaffected by card effects this turn, except its own. And if you have 3 or more spells, it cannot be destroyed by battle. So this is... You want to target a monster that's in a different zone because you have none in your monster zone. And then the opponent... Does this mean they just can't kill you? Because they can't get through this one thing?
Yeah, I mean, you'll still take battle damage. So, like, if you attack something, let's look at Kagari, right? Kagari is 15. Let's say there's no spells in the ring. So Kagari's 1500. If you Eagle Booster Kagari, if I had a Blue Eyes White Dragon with 3000 attack, I can still attack Kagari and deal 1500 damage to you, but I won't kill the Kagari.
Even if it's in defense position?
Well, Kagari can't. Funny enough, Link monsters cannot go to defense position. They can only be in attack position.
Oh, at all. That's right. They have no defense.
They have no defense.
And it has. Okay, and it has to be face up. So essentially, they're saying something lives another turn.
Yep. It just, like I said, it makes you basically immortal for a turn.
And you are hard to kill.
Yep.
Harder to kill.
Yeah, because since everything in our game theoretically has taunt, like if you were to Eagle Booster Kagari again, let's say, then you could have 5 monsters on your field, but you can't kill the Kagari in battle. You can only just deal a bunch of damage to me.
Dude, I don't know. I'm looking for the combo with this card with something I've already seen, and I'm like...
Maybe there isn't one. Maybe it's just a value piece.
How good is it? I'm not seeing, like, insane stats either. I'm not seeing, like, something that's, like, 3,000, something that's hard to get over.
It's not going to be bad, too.
Sure, it's in a really good deck, but you're showing me a bad card.
Hey, good decks have bad cards all the time.
I mean, I see the value of tutoring it up, right? Because it's like it can get you another turn, but it feels like it's just fine at 1. Let me think about it. Again, no once per turn, so you could play it on. You could tutor it up, play it, and then play another one, or maybe tutor it up again somehow and play it on another thing. Is that a problem? This doesn't seem like. It's a pretty unassuming card on the face of it.
Maybe it's fine.
And then you're going to say something you may have.
I would never do that.
What is it? What is it? What's the thing? I'm also looking at this line of the target is unaffected by card effects except its own, and I'm like, there must be like a combo I'm not getting.
Okay.
It feels like it. It just feels like it. Yeah, it's probably something that you'll show me afterwards. I wouldn't be surprised if they, okay, would I be surprised if they restricted this? Would you run 3 of this? It seems too niche. It seems too situational. Like, what are you doing if you have multiples of this?
I mean,
Maybe
they
you
can
protect multiple
target
monsters, but,
and
like, how many
air
places do you get
space
to
zero
put in
cannot
the-
send
Only
it to
one extra
graveyard,
monster.
or
It's only one.
multi-roll
So
can
it's
send it to
almost has a once
graveyard.
per turn on it in a way.
In a way, sure.
Because you can't have any monsters in your main monster zone. Yeah, I mean, thinking of, well, if you have this card, maybe your thing survives 3 turns in a row, but you still have to watch out for quick effect. Yeah, I mean, I could get this being like a tutor target, but this seems fine. Am I missing? If it got restricted, I'll be very surprised. I'm going to say this is fine.
Something you may have missed, CGB, is that Eagle Booster, alongside a lot of the other cards you've seen, isn't specific to the Sky Striker archetype. So, hypothetically, you can Eagle Booster any of your monsters, assuming they're in the extra monster zone. Which means you don't have to necessarily Eagle Booster a Sky Striker monster. It could be any sort of Link monster, which grants it the protection. And you're right, this card's totally fine. I was just messing with you.
That's a good one.
You did overlook that, but
you got me going there.
I just wanted to keep you going.
I'm like, if you start going to some other archetype and be like, this plus Blue Eyes turned out to be busted, and
I mean,
got
to
it
be
banned,
fair,
I was going to be really mad.
In the instance where you're using the Sky Striker engine as like a package to play in other decks, sometimes they would play a one of Eagle Booster for like protecting certain things, but I would say that was very uncommon. For the most part, the little engine was like you play 3 engage, a Hornet drones, like 1 afterburner, maybe a couple Widow Anchors, and like you just throw that in any deck, right? And then that's pretty good.
Ooh, that's
Eagle Booster was not typical.
that's
it was
a
like
big
sometimes played, but
engine,
it wasn't like
no?
crazy. It was fine. Like it had its uses. But all right, let's show you some more mechs. Now you've seen all the spells, and I was gonna show you the mechs first, but I think now you have the spell context. This is gonna make a lot more sense. So you already saw Kagari. Here's your next one.
Sky Striker Ace Shizuku. Water. We've got a 1500 attack link 1 machine, and you have to tribute 1 non-water Sky Striker Ace. You have to link 1 non-water Sky Striker Ace monster, I guess?
Yep. So like again,
Okay.
like I said, imagine her. She's like changing mech suits that like do different things. So it's like you play the Ray, you link her off into Kagari, let's say, and then you can link off the Kagari into a Shizuku to do another thing.
Now let's see what that thing is. Monsters your opponent controls lose 100 attack defense for each spell in your graveyard. Oh my god! Once per turn during the end phase, if this card was special summoned this turn, you can add 1 Sky Striker spell from your deck to your hand with a name different from the cards in your graveyard. You can only special summon this once a turn. Oh, so you play this, and you go and you get your, where'd it go? The Mobilize Engage.
Yep.
That's why you can't just restrict that card. Okay. Cool. All right, now we
So
ban
it's
that.
an
What else
enchant
happens?
search.
We can
need
go get our
tutors for the
Hornet
tutors.
drones. Yeah, we can go get our window anchor. We can go get our multi-roll if it's time to do that thing.
Yep. So
Okay.
Kagari's kind of like the offensive mech suit. Shizuku's like the defensive mech suit.
Yeah, nice to have that available. I mean, why would we need to have a defense position when we can nuke our opponent's board? So if they remove this, that effect goes away. Monsters your
think
opponent's
he
control lose
focuses
100
on
attack
the
defense for
wrong
each spell
thing.
Yeah,
in
it's
the
only while
graveyard.
she's face up. Correct.
That's important. Okay.
I
It's
mean,
just
it
reverse
does
Kagari. Kagari buffs herself by 100 for each spell.
reduce a
Shizuku
lot.
reduces them all by 100 for each spell.
Yep. Once per turn during the end phase, if this is special summoned this turn, you get a spell. I mean, that's just Yu-Gi-Oh at this point, tutoring
Tutor
all
for the
kinds of
tutor.
crap all the time.
Yep.
That's just part of the thing.
Yeah,
if we were
Shizuku's great.
restricting it, so if we were restricting this card or banning this card, it would be. I don't think it would be because of we'll call it the stacks piece. The monsters your opponents control lose 100 attack defense. That's just here while it's on the battlefield. Dies to removal. No big deal. It would be because we wanted to restrict the tutor. Obviously,
Keep in mind,
we don't
though,
want to
keep in
do
mind,
that.
keep in mind, if there's a Ray in the graveyard, if you kill Shizuku, Ray comes back, and then you can, at quick effect speed, tag Ray out into another Shizuku.
Huh? Okay, that's fun. Oh, assuming you have more in the extra deck?
Correct, because you can play 3 Shizuku, hypothetically, in your extra deck. So if you have another Shizuku or any of the other Sky Striker Ace monsters, if you were to kill one while Ray's in the graveyard, Ray's effect is if a Sky Striker leaves the field while she's in the grave, she special summons herself. And then she has a second effect to tag out into another suit, basically. So even if you kill the Shizuku, the first Shizuku, they can play a second one, hypothetically, on
And
your
they
opponent's turn, which is even
Well,
funnier.
they can't play the third one that turn.
Correct, because it says you can only special summon once per turn, so you are correct. So if you kill off that Shizuku, then then they can't summon. They also can't summon Ray back either, because it's also once per turn.
How good is that? Ruins a combat that they have to play around. That's annoying. Would everybody do that with their extra deck slots? So that basically one combat game was a real mess unless you had 2 removals or some way to negate the effect, right? But that's the other thing. If you just negate the effect... Let's see, was there something that just negates the thing's effect when it enters that you can tutor up? Did I see that?
Widow Anchor theoretically negates Shizuku.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny too. So, I mean, that's an interesting dance.
It is.
And then that doesn't kill it either.
Just
So
negating
doesn't
it. No,
trigger
the
it
Widow
that
Anchor
way.
does it. Correct. Also, you can like steal the Shizuku, and if you're playing the mirror match, because you're also playing a Sky Striker monster, you can link off the Shizuku for your own Sky Striker card, which is very cute.
Yeah, there are other ways around this.
There
if
are.
it were strictly like when this leaves your control, you get this effect, and then
Right.
they
Which I
just
don't think
bring
that
another
exists. I don't
one.
think that exists in Yu-Gi-Oh. To be honest with you, I I don't think I've ever seen a card that says when it leaves your control.
Right. So, like on Magic, we have leaves the battlefield, but not leaves your control. So, I don't know. I'm
Yeah, leaves the
immediately
field.
looking at
Saw
it.
that too.
It was like everybody can run this package, I guess, if it's that good. I don't know. I feel like this is playable. Like I feel like there's counterplay to this situation. I can see how it's annoying, and if it was really good, they could have restricted it for sure.
right?
But I'm not positive they had to.
Okay, so you think it's fine?
I'm not. I'm gonna go with fine.
Well, Shizuku can search engage, which is very good, CGB. But you were correct. Shizuku's fine. She's never been hit.
Yeah, just
Okay.
ban engaged. Come
He's
on.
good, man.
Literally. There's a really
I
cool
think
trick
he
with
missed, like,
Shizuku.
one
So if you have
or
Shizuku
two
and multi-roll out, let's
the
say you
whole
activate
video.
actually you don't even have to. You can use during the end phase. You can prioritize which effects you use in like which order, because Shizuku at the end phase will search you a Sky Striker card, and multi-roll will, for however many Sky Striker spells you played, allow you to set more cards face down. So if you have like nothing going for you, in the end phase you can Shizuku to tutor a Widow Anchor. Since Widow Anchor is a quick play spell, you can use the Widow Anchor in the end phase, target your own Shizuku to negate its effects, to have it go to the graveyard, and then have multi-roll triggers since you activated a Sky Striker spell to reset that Widow Anchor, so now you have an interruption during your opponent's turn if you have like nothing else going for you.
Ooh, that's
So there's
that's
a
a
lot of
good
like very like,
interaction.
cool,
Not
intricate
gonna
things
lie.
you can do with this deck if you like, really know the inner workings of it. But typically people are just searching engage with Shizuku because engage is crazy, so that was like the typical play.
Nice. That's a classic like spell combo, is finding the weird little things to put on the stack in the right order. Hell
It's
yeah.
fun. All right, couple more mechs, then we're wrapping it up.
Sky Striker Ace Hayate?
There you go.
Hayate?
Hayate. Good job.
Hayate. Okay, wind. The cost is 1 non-wind Sky Striker Ace monster. You can only special summon this once per turn. This card can attack directly.
This is the hyper attack.
That means
one,
it can bypass your opponent. Because remember, everything in our game has taunt, but she can just attack the opponent straight up, like kind of like in
She can
Hearthstone,
go
how you can like
face.
go face. Yeah, she can go face.
She's unblockable.
I wouldn't say unblockable, but yeah, for the most part.
Why not unblockable? What am I missing?
Because there are like other cards that can interact with it, but for the most part, like 99% of the time, yeah, you can just say she's unblockable. Sure.
After damage calculation, if this card battled, you can send 1 Sky Striker card from your deck to the graveyard. And this one would be in the extra deck because it's a link.
They're all in the
thing.
extra.
Yep.
And again,
So
remember,
let's
you're
see.
changing out mech suits, so like you can go from one to the next to the next.
So you get this card that they can't stop.
I think
you
it's
punch and you
Ruina,
put a card
right?
from your deck to the
No.
graveyard. I mean, that's good when combined with like
Ruina
land effects and things
or
like that,
something.
but definitely. So there are cards like this recently printed in Magic. Like there's a 3/1 with survival, which means if it's tapped after combat, which you usually get by attacking, you can search your library for any card and put it in your graveyard.
Ooh, okay.
And that card, nobody plays that. But it's not unblockable either.
Okay,
So
sure.
that's
That's
the
a big
idea. is
difference. That's a big
it goes to combat and it just dies if the opponent has something on the board. So I don't know, but Magic's super interactive right now. So you'd think if that card were good, you would play it and then you'd play spells to just kill their blockers, attack, and get that tutor. But nobody uses it.
You would think.
You would think, but here we are. This seems significantly better, especially since it doesn't have summoning sickness and can go straight to face. I definitely think it would take a spot in the extra deck because sometimes you just want to get over the line and kill them. Maybe you just exactly need this 1500.
Yep,
and maybe
that's
sometimes
relevant.
sometimes you have a piece that needs something in the graveyard and you want to set that up. So I 100% think it belongs in the extra deck. I don't think it needs to be banned or restricted because I think it is self-imposed restricting. I think it's situational.
Okay.
I think it's not just on its own
Okay.
busted. So I'm going to say this is not touched by the bans and restrictions.
So Hayate was interesting because the Sky Striker cards came to us in waves of support. So we got Kagari and Shizuku first, and then Hayate came in the next set after that. And so Hayate actually is really nice because it sort of fixed one of the issues where it's like if you can't access engage. Because hypothetically with Hayate, if your first line of play is to summon Hayate, go to battle, attack, you can send engage to the graveyard and then just link it to Kagari in your second main phase to add engage to your hand, and now you have access to your whole deck basically. Where before, the only way to do that was to go into Shizuku, and you could get engage on the end phase and have engage for your next turn. Where Hayate made it that you can much more proactively access engage, or any card for that matter, because through Kagari, you can just immediately add it back to your hand. So she was a very pivotal card for the Sky Striker deck. The ability to like take out your opponent if they're under 1500, that does come up. Like if you get them low enough, like this card is a threat in that respect. So that is something that is very real. But you're correct. She was never restricted. She was totally fine. Kagari obviously was a bigger problem, and engage was as well. So they took care of those. But Hayate is totally fine. It's totally cool.
I love how the
fine.
quote-unquote
Right.
problem is that we just aren't casting engage enough.
I mean, to be fair, that's like the best thing you could be doing in this deck. So anyway, here's your next one. We got 2 left. We're almost done.
Okay.
Oh my god.
It's almost
Sky
over.
Striker is Kana?
Kinda.
Kinda? Alright. 1 non-earth monster. If this card is special summoned, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent control. It cannot attack until the end of your opponent's turn. Each time you activate the Sky Striker spell card or its effect, gain 100 life points immediately after the card or effect resolves. You can only special summon this once a turn. Well, there you go. You play your spells and you gain life points. Simo, how is this possible? Oh my god. Somebody out there is
Oops.
losing their mind. The solution to being at a low life point is to gain them back, obviously. So we've had the talk about life gain.
We have had to talk about life. You want to tell the audience what we've talked about life gain? Because I think this was off camera.
That it sucks.
In our game specifically, yes.
Yeah, that the only time it's good is when you can sometimes gain, and this was true in Magic for a really long time too. It's only good when you can gain so much that the opponent can't kill you in the amount of turns they plan to kill you in. So it's basically like card draw in a sense, because you live an extra turn to see an extra card. It's also, it can be like additional combats or additional
that's a
battle
good
phases,
way to
right?
think
Additional
about it.
triggers.
If
you have
they
something that
can't
triggers
kill
every turn.
you.
That's where it can be good. Is this enough? I mean, I can see how you could probably gain like 300, 400, maybe even 600 life points.
With 8,000, crazy.
I just think that's trap. That feels like a trap. In Magic, you would build other things around it, like whenever you gain life, your creatures get an additional 100 attack points this turn, and then you wombo combo. And even then, I'd say this is probably unnecessary. And especially in the sense of like whether or not this got restricted or banned, I don't see it. So the only other thing I can look at there is say you target a face-up monster, it cannot attack until the end of their turn, and you can gain life points. So it's kind of like negating the other monster that can attack. So I can see how this is a little bit, it can be very useful, especially against a deck that goes tall, not wide, right? Maybe a deck that somehow makes one very ginormous dragon. That said, I can't picture a world where you have to shut this down. If you get like 2 or 3, let's see, if you get 2 or 3 of these on the battlefield, and you're activating 2 or 3 spells a turn, and now you're gaining 1,000 life points on a turn, is that busted? I still don't think so. It still feels like you should be able to deal with the power of cards I've seen. So I'm going to say this is fine.
So Kaina is a good defensive option. Let's say your opponent does something to destroy one of your other Sky Strikers while you have Ray in the graveyard, right? Ray resurrects herself and then can tag out into a different mech. This is a nice defensive option because, like you said, if they only have like one monster, Kaina can like ice it down, and then your Sky Striker monster survives, so the next turn you tag it to Hayate, attack them, send a card, go to Kagari, like you start doing the whole loop, right? So she's not bad in that regard. However, one thing you may have missed, and this is where life gain in our game is actually very good and borderline broken, is the way that tournament play works. How our end of match procedures work for tournaments is that when time's called, the current phase of the turn player, when they end that phase, the game is over. So, unfortunately, anytime you play against a Sky Striker opponent, if you're going into game 3 and there's about a minute left on the clock and they are going first, you are going to lose the match because they just have to go summon a Ray or something, go into Kaina, activate any spell card, they gain 100 life points, they now have 8,100 to your 8,000, they end their phase, and the game is over because you have less life points. Ooh. So Kaina, unfortunately, is very degenerate in that regard for just tournament play specifically, but it's totally fine because the card is very mid otherwise.
I was about to go on a rant of like, have they banned every life gain extra deck monster then for this purpose? Because it feels like that can be abused in any archetype that uses the extra deck and has a life gain source.
It is. People will specifically side deck 1 or 2 cards that synergize with their deck for the purpose of going into time, so that if that situation arises, they have a way to gain life points, which is very fucking frustrating that exists as whatsoever.
Yeah, is that that feels like it should be controversial. That feels
people
very
hate
unsporting.
It is very unsporting because then people slow play too. People slow play too. Yeah. So people are very pissed off that this is a rule. The only silver lining is that it has made tournaments go much faster, because before we had 5 turns after, and so tournaments, like sometimes the extra turns would go like for an hour in some instances. So it has, on the plus side, sped up tournaments significantly in terms of how quickly we play. However, people are very unhappy that this is like the way that they went about it.
It also sounds like the Konami's mindset is, oh well, get good. At least we're ending our rounds.
Yeah, their mindset is play faster. Is essentially
exactly.
Yeah. All right, last one. And,
we're playing fast at it.
Shark cannons and Widowmakers. Like
they put too much.
Sky Striker Ace Zeke. Okay.
Might be Zeke, honestly.
2 monsters, including a Sky Striker Ace monster, must be link summoned. You can only special summon this once per turn. If this card is link summoned, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field, banish it until your opponent's next end phase. Once per turn, you can target 1 other card you control. It gains 1,000 attack, then send the targeted card to the graveyard. Send the targeted card to the graveyard. You can target 1 other card you control. This card gains 1,000 attack, then send the targeted card to the graveyard. You play this, you target the area 0.
There you
send
go.
that to the graveyard.
There you go. You're learning.
Gains 1,000.
You're learning.
That's fun. I mean, that's nice. It's good little synergy. It feels rewarding. Pump up your friend. It is once per turn. You can target one face-up monster in the field, banish it until your opponent's next end phase. I mean, that's nice. It can be your monster if you want to protect
It's
it from
not
your
that
opponent's
nice.
Can be.
That's probably not. That's probably a little nichey. When it comes back, do you get like it's no? Because it's usually this is like if this was link summoned or if this was special summoned.
Yeah, so there are cards that say like if this card is summoned, which means it's like in any way, but this we don't have like flickering type effects where like that's like yeah, so it won't trigger. It just like returns to the field basically. Yeah, it's not considered a summon. So you can't do any cool stuff like re-triggering like on summoned effects because that would be really cool.
I mean, banishing it keeps it out of the yard. That's pretty cool.
It does.
Is there a way to link summon it on your opponent's turn?
Yes, actually.
So that's a nice
Ooh, nice.
mid-combat surprise.
It would. I will say it's not easy to do that, but you can theoretically do it.
I mean, this card seems good. It doesn't seem
I think
busted. It seems like a
needs
modern Yu-Gi-Oh
ready
card.
to come
is how
back,
it feels
right?
right now.
Sure.
Or...
I'm looking for the what I may have missed, but it right now, just like reading, thinking, it seems like a good modern Yu-Gi-Oh card. It comes in, it interacts in some way. A lot of the interaction isn't permanent, but it's at least a solution, a tempo type solution. Can also help push through damage to end the game, which honestly, you're showing me a lot of things that get value, not a lot of ways to end the game, except for the one of where
The effect can't be too strong, right? Because
yeah.
I will
spell
say
is
this
the
is very much a
main
control deck.
part
It
of
is
the
definitely
game.
death by 1,000 cuts.
Okay. Then, I mean, we probably need something like this to throw a few punches. At some point, they gotta die. I mean,
there's other
you don't
ways to
even
kill
have
them.
to do it. But yeah, it does seem like just sending the targeted cards to the graveyard does seem to benefit you in a number of ways in this deck.
I will let you know
So-
there are other link monsters you can play in your extra deck that basically are going to be like your finisher to kill them.
Okay, so this doesn't have to do it alone.
This doesn't have to do it alone. It obviously
Yeah.
can, like it can have like a burst of power, but there are better cards at doing that for just combos.
Okay, so that last line is like an extra value when you need it. That's
Yeah,
nice.
exactly. Yeah.
So which means we're probably looking at the card for whether or not it got restricted or banned by the fact that it comes out and banishes something on the opponent until the opponent's end phase. So is that busted? I mean, no. Like, with some of the cards you've shown me, I would expect this to come out and just also banish it and also tutor for something else. So I'm going to say this is fine.
And you're right. This card's totally fine.
All right,
Zeke's just
all
a very
right.
good piece.
Oh,
This was
nice.
another later piece of the
He's
Sky
pretty
Striker deck.
good.
There's still
All
plenty.
right.
There's like a billion other Sky Striker cards I didn't show you. I kind of just tried to pick the highlights for you. But Zeke is very good. It was nice because it was also a Link 2, so it gave you something to actually link off, like when you Widow Anchor or Shark Cannon, like your opponent's stuff. It was a very easy card to go into because you would just take like your Kagari or whatever and their thing and just make Zeke, and then you can banish something else, and then Zeke can get in. And so it's also a Sky Striker Ace, so you could theoretically tag out Zeke into like Shizuku then at the end of your turn, which is really cool. So just a nice card all around. Like again, not like anything super flashy, like anything like game ending or game warpingly powerful, like Engage, for instance. But just a nice card I wanted to end on because I felt like it was an important card to show you. So what do you think of Sky Strikers?
I mean, I like it. It's called Sky Striker, huh? I wonder if they have any videos online. But yeah, it does feel
Oh, they do.
nice and value control-y. It does also feel like it... I am curious, was it absolutely dominant in the day? Was it like tier limits dominant?
I think Sky Striker might have some of the most YCS wins of any deck ever. I wouldn't say it was like by far and away the best deck, but it was definitely like at the time where it's playable and it was like at its prime, it was like one of the 3 best decks you could be playing at that time. It was definitely tier 1 for sure, and then obviously again just power creep sort of did its thing, but then they kept printing more cards to keep making Sky Striker relevant because people love the archetype so much. There's a whole manga for Rei and the Sky Striker lore, so people love that as well. And even Konami's new animation studio is like doing stuff with Rei as well, just because she's such a beloved character in our lore, if you will. So yeah, that's sort of the history of Sky Striker.
Okay, that's a good video.
Part one,
CGB
there's
did
plenty of
pretty
Sky Striker
good.
card they didn't show you. But, I think I gave you the general gist of them.
Awesome. Yeah, I do like it. It definitely feels a little bit like Engage.deck, but it's...
I mean, it's a good
clearly
fucking card, buddy.
a good card. Pot of green with a tutor. Yeah.
Literally, when people saw like read this card, they're like, "There's no way this card is going to be legal for long," and they were right. But now it's a 3.
Okay, that was a good video. Alright, let me go get my food, and I'll be back real soon, I think. Well, let me turn off the camera and turn off my mic. Hello, Shad. I'm back. I made some cream of mushroom soup and also eggs over rice. This is my breakfast for today. While munching, let me watch something while I'm eating. What do I want to watch? Let's see. Let's watch some.
What is up, chat? How we doing today? Hello. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? Do I sound?
There's so
After
many
10 races
people
will be our win. That make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Is everyone here a pro at the game?
Nope.
I got like 5 or 7 runs in.
Got like
played the
2
game.
runs.
You guys
are
think
in a
I?
lot of trouble.
I mean, Scarra's kind of a pro, is he not?
Well, it should be somewhat level playing field because we're all starting on fresh accounts. I'll go through some of the rules in a moment. I will say there is a punishment for last place, and if you're not okay with this punishment, it is time to leave the event. Because if you are dead last, the expectation is that you does not have to be today. Sing and dance the make debut idol song from Uma Musume Pretty Bird.
All right. In Japanese
Okay,
too?
why are so many
That's
people
a
leaving?
punishment?
How many people have left already? What?
It is weird that people just like.
That will be the punishment for dead last.
3 years.
That will be the
I can
punishment.
sing in Japanese, man.
There's an English dub, thankfully. But that will be the punishment. If you'd like to do it in cosplay, that's up to you. Anyway, that's it. Now let's get into the format. We're gonna try to keep this under 4 hours. I think we can do it. The only thing you have to know is to be able to
Under
compete
4,
in the event,
he
you
says.
have to have an E3 rank. When you start a fresh file, you're at an F rank. And then when you add different horse girls, it increases your rank. You need 2 Bs and a C+, so 3 total horse girls to achieve an E3 rank. If you do not achieve the E3 rank in 3 hours, you cannot even compete in the final race with everybody. So
Okay.
right now I'm going to tell you guys, you should not be reading dialogue. All right, we should be on skip if you're not already. Okay?
What's the point of playing if we're not going through the story, man?
Yeah, I might head out now, bro. Honestly, because I want to make. I want to like.
get to
A lot
know
of
your
mine, man.
horse girl.
You can
Hey, no one's stopping you from reading the story, right?
you can read the story if you'd like. You just won't be able
If
to.
you want to dance.
You
Yeah.
wanna just play
I'm
by
doing a
yourself,
let's
you just
play,
play by
bro.
yourself. You just play by yourself if you want.
Warriors
It's
don't
fine.
read books.
Look, I do have an additional rule though. There's no skipping races.
Like at all. Like you can't even do that. Where you skip just the beginning. Like
The only race you're allowed to skip is the first one because that's a guaranteed win. Unless you fuck rush hour.
no,
Why? What's your reasoning for this?
Because that's the whole point of this, is to watch the girls race.
You might have to at least go to like 4x then.
Yeah.
I-
yeah, you
Hey,
probably,
can we speed it up?
yeah, you can
yeah.
speed
Wait,
up.
can you speed up?
Yeah, I think it's fair.
Okay.
Yeah,
You can't.
Hold on,
You can't skip the opening cinematic either. You gotta watch that.
I got my energy drink.
I think the whole point of this event is to watch the horse race run. And if we're not going to do that, then what are we?
No, the point of the event is spreadsheet min-maxing to defeat other people.
Yeah, it's the only thing I like.
Okay, so
spreadsheets?
when we're in a lobby together. Vodka is fine. All right. Fuck it then. I think we run it. Reroll until you get a speed SSR? I mean, you don't get to, though. If I reroll, it's kind of risky. I think this will work. I think we have to be happy with what we have. Use the SSR ticket? I don't think you can. This one, you have to pay for it.
Okay.
Oh, I can.
Oh.
Oh. Stamina. Are any of these good?
What is... Oh.
Save and reroll. I don't think I can. It is a medium race, chat, to be clear. So I feel like stamina's kind of mid. Why did you donate 500 bits to tell me you...
Happy belated 30th birthday, lad. I also turned 30 last month and just got my master's degree after years of putting it off, yet 27 months ago.
What the fuck is
Thank you
going
very
on
much.
with all this stuff?
For the donation. All right, so I need to uncap my SSR power. Oh, I can't. Fuck. Do I have a speed one? This is speed, right? I can uncap the speed SR. Wait, that's kind of good. Is it better to have 2 speed SRs that, or excuse me, is it better to have 2 speed support cards? Or is it better to... It is, right? Ideally, you want like only speeds. If you use a support card for a life cycle, does it go away? Or do you keep support cards?
What the fuck is he yapping about?
Reroll? I don't think I reroll, man. I think I just run it. I think I just fucking run it. I'm happy with this. Do I use this SSR stamina? Is it even worth it? All right. Take 3 speeds with you. So I'm gonna do my SSRs and then 3 more speeds. Is an R speed better than an SR uncapped, or excuse me, cap 2 like book? Should I get wit?
I don't understand, bro.
Like maybe 1, right? Should I do, right now I have 1 strength, 1 stamina, 2 speed. Should I do a 3rd speed? Fuck, so I have to do an R speed? Fuck, should I reroll? Okay, how about this? I can just save at this point? Dude, what do you mean? Son of a gun here. Oh my god.
I want some popcorn.
Will Neff is cheating? That's a heavy accusation. Can you explain why? Dude, I hate... Okay.
Is this not a sim game?
All right. Is this sponsored? No. This might have been a mistake. This might have been a huge mistake. We might live to regret this.
Okay.
birthday in the profile for more carrots. I think people who do that are losers. And if someone in this tournament is doing it, I like them less. I can't trust him. Okay, we have our 3-star Gerd cap. Okay, so we're looking for a super creek. Oh! That's good. That's good. I think that's what Will meant when he mentioned the breasty one. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Okay,
the reroll's
speed.
godlike! The reroll's godlike! The reroll's godlike! What do you
Oh
mean?
my god.
Oh my god!
Okay, I see it
over.
now. I see
It's over.
what's the
We just have to execute now.
what's a good roll looks like.
We just have to execute now. Dude, do I roll for horses now in case? Do I low-key roll for horses now in case? No, you don't need them.
What do you mean roll
then
for
I should go again,
horses?
just in
It
case
is.
I get a duplicate.
Aren't they horses?
Okay. All right, okay. Dude, that was crazy luck. That was crazy RNG. You have one free reroll? I think I did it. Right? I think I did it.
No. It says one free.
The middle, you have a free roll? Oh, like the individual?
Oh my. Okay. That's
I mean, that's kind of insane. I just got a SR. Okay, support cards, uncap. I mean, it's not really worth uncapping any of them, right? Oh no, we can uncap our this one, King Halo. Uncap. Fine motion. I don't think. Oh, wait, I can uncap. Should I uncap Super Creek? Whoa. I have an uncapped. This is horrible. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, so we're doing 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Oh wait, what?
Oh my god, I'm out of SP. Wait, am I fucked? I can't upgrade anyone else. You have 3 SSR, bro. Shut up. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. I actually needed that.
Okay, let's start playing though. I was just eating my breakfast. Oh, fuck. Never mind. Let's rock some Master Duel. Is the new event here? wonder. Alright, let's run it. Give me one main monster, you are, man. I need something to keep me going, bro. I'm being so for real right now. Come on, dude. I don't care about that. It's a new event here. It is here, right? Okay. Let's see if there's anything I can make here. I don't think I have any exceed strategy available though. Fuck. The fuck do I play then? I need to make rank 4s. I'm just gonna play some loners. Fuck it. Oh, I'm gonna try Anchuria. That might be good. Oh, it's not open yet. Duel. Coming soon, coming soon. Oh, Fusion and Link comes first anyways. Tomorrow? I guess, yeah. Is he gonna straight up Lancia? Okay, no. Lacrima, Crimson Tier into dumping Engraver. Engraver, summon, return Larry. Now we go to sequence, right? Sequence into what's the name? Crema. Return. I need to summon this on the field instead though. Just sprint. Sprint dump. A stellar. Now we fuse. What do I want to send to the graveyard though? Nothing, right? I mean, I'll send Engraver. Sure, why not? Sending Requiem for Sylvie effect. Search for Tails. Into Arcilla. Arcilla, dump Tails, get Wolves. Just search Elset. Elset dumps Wolves. Search for Elset Asamina. Wolves reset. Summon Elset Asamina. Deception triggers. Tribute that. Add that. Now, let me think. I can keep Cashier Birth until later. Let's get that. Send that. Summon there. Now I search for Morgan, let's keep it for now. Sylvie. Do I want anything? Really, I mean, I could get SP. Yeah, you know what? Let's keep SP on board. Let's return Elset Asamina. Let's do this. Add that to hand. Summon that. Send that. I spin Deception for one more draw. Okay, that's a good fucking draw, bro. Let's discard tracked. On the field. Search for. I mean, I have to set it. Fuck. Okay, that's fine. Activate. Add. Got one negate, one mass. What did he target? Target that? Sure, I'll let it through. Let's see the extra deck. That's fine. One negate, two negate, one banish. Okay, sure. What is he gonna do? I don't think he can break this board, right? Okay, link 2 into what? You know what? I'm not gonna let you send it. That's crazy. Send 4 to graveyard? Like, what the fuck, dude? Okay. That's fine. You know what? I am gonna negate that. That's his last card, right? Okay, he's gonna kill that. Then do I have anything to? No. everything looks fine. Okay, let's... Normal summon a monster. Bro, I didn't even normal summon. That's fine though. Yeah, I'm just gonna play one game today. Go play maybe let's check the shops. Hey Static, what's up, man? Oh, I didn't notice you there. Sorry about that. Have you been here long? My bad, dude. I still haven't finished my deck, bro. Let me change the stream name. I'm going to start playing Final Fantasy now. Yeah, Code Talkers is very good. Because it's essentially one more Cyber's extender into a white binder or something, right? What the fuck is that? Is even that dual SM worm? I don't think I've heard of that before. Oh yeah, I know this card. Is it a budget-friendly extender? I see, that sounds good though. I read it only a bit. Let me read it again. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can banish 2 other. Ooh. I mean, it can banish just straight up Malice, and that will trigger anything. That's good. I think that's good. That's really good though. The synergy with Malice is off the charts. Not gonna lie. The songs are a bit loud, huh? Oh, I'm using Dimensional Fissure too. I keep misplaying it with Decode Talker though. Is Decode Talker the Link one? Or I think that's a Link 2, actually. Oh, Link 3. I haven't played Decode Talker in a long time. I don't really like Cyber's deck in general normally. Oh, but Dimensional Fissure doesn't work with Decode Talker, right? Because does it have to hit the graveyard? Oh, it doesn't. Just tributes. I mean. Alright, that sounds good, man. How's your day been? I'm about to boot up some Final Fantasy right now, but I have to take off the virtual background because that shit makes me not able to play the game. Unfortunately, it drops my frame by like 10 to like 40 or something. Nice, dude. Fucking nice. Hell yeah, brother. I need to add the clear shot history on that one. I don't want to keep that around on my chat. Fuck. It's a little bit crass, but good shit, bro. No, it's okay, man. You can say crass shit. I just don't want to leave it in the chat. You feel me? I'm not trying to be like kids friendly, but you know, like try to be a little PG sometimes. It's all good, bro. Ooh, you pulled some models, you dog, bro. Come on now. To be fair, I haven't had sex in ages, bro. My ex was a 10-10 though, but after that I was pretty hurt, and then I'm pretty introvert too. Don't go out at all. I'm chilling though. She's not evil or ugly soul per se, but yeah, it's kind of
This
harsh
temple's
the way
dark
she
enough
treated me.
without Shinra and the Black Robes complicating things. Gonna be tough going, folks.
You think Sephiroth's here too?
No. I know he is.
Got a real bad feeling about all this.
We shouldn't think like that. Stay positive, okay? This place can sense our emotions. Turn them against us. Okie doke.
Yeah, maybe I'll go there. Who knows? Honestly, not a lot of people likes Asian though. Mostly Asian people likes Asian people. Like especially Asian men. I feel like that's the case, or maybe it's just me. If that's true, that would be good for my stock, bro.
Keep it together.
You won't regret this.
That feels right.
Let's get the small guy first. It's time I take a trip then.
Ready? Aww, someone need a rest. Impressive. Let's do this. Bring it. You good? I'm in.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
You're gonna get what's coming to you. And one to grow on.
All done.
Now you're in for it.
That was easy. Alright, bet, bro. Maybe I'll go to UK sometimes. First, I need to get affiliate first. Oh shit! I was just walking, weren't looking at the screen. I think this looks to be important, right? Oh shit! Okay, so we're inverting. I see. I see. What the fuck is going on though? Okay. What's your plan for tomorrow? I think I thought I have to go to the temple tomorrow, but I guess not. I guess it's on Friday instead.
Or the temple did. Depends how you look at it.
Okay, now we walk inverted. Depends on when this the
What could have happened here?
Got someone with you right now? That's nice, huh?
The blood. I can almost smell it. There was a
where
great
do I
battle
go
here
from
long
here?
ago. So many lives lost.
I guess I have to go down, right? Try and go to that next point. That's fucking sick, bro. Good on you, bro. Okay, that's a shortcut. Can't get across. How do I get across to there? I don't see it. Okay, guess I have to go this way. Do I have to fight these guys? I don't really want to, so I'm just gonna skip it.
Well, legend says no one who
Fucking
enters the
sleep
temple
is
never
like
comes out, according to
two of the
capital.
best thing in the world.
Why am
Man.
I only hearing this now?
Asshole was probably lying through his teeth. Don't pay it no mind.
Ooh, new weapon. Oh shit, hey, what's up? What do I get here? I'll take... Let me see what I have right now. Quick, give her a pickup lines. Bro, I don't got that on me. Like, I don't got that lock and loader, you feel me? I wish. Unfortunately not, though. Nah, I don't got this. I don't got shit, bro. Okay. Where the fuck do I go from here? Okay. Oh, wait. Girl, would it be my advent calendar? Pins against the wall begging to be aided. Bro, come on. That shit kinda sucks though, not gonna lie. It works? Oh shit. Say less. you calling it ranks is probably the worst thing. Do I turn this way? I guess. Calling it rank sounds kinda off, not gonna lie. Gotta be respectful, man. Let's see. Wizard.
It's on you.
You're in good hands now. You need to chill. Just.
Oh, I picked it wrong. Can I get him down?
Weather this. No way. All set. Stop. You're up.
Hang back. You're done.
It's over.
Calling wind.
Damn, bro, so romantic. Fuck with that.
Keep it together.
If you insist. Just. Weather this. Gotcha. Just gotcha. How you like this? There. Got you now. Good working. Got you over.
Get him down.
You're mine, Pop. Let's go to town. Seize Launching the open. Let's go. Up you go.
Alright,
Come on. Here. Gotcha. Finish him off. Come on.
She's mad now,
No
bro.
surprises
Gotta make
there.
it up to her. Let me turn down this game sound a little bit. It's a little loud, no? Should be a lot better now. You could have just said she's way above your league. You don't have to specify the number or nothing. I think that's the problem. Or you could just say she's pretty. I mean, if that's true. I mean, that is true, right? Where the fuck do I go from here? Oops. What the fuck was that?
Please tell me you saw that.
No comment.
Wait, where did the commentary go? Like, is it bugging? Divine, Enchantress. That's fair. She's exquisite, bro. I'm just gonna sneak around. No need to fight them, right? I just want some stuff. Okay, that's pretty good. Can I get down this way? Blonde Bella Porch, holy shit, goddamn. That's a W, bro. That's a fucking dub. Alright, bet. My ex was way out of my league too. Yeah, you do have my Discord. It's like your cut, G. My ex was, she was basically a billionaire, I would say. And here I am, only child of like middle class, probably middle upper. I'm not that well off, but yeah, I do fine. I don't know about yours, but mine is probably around like 20 or 30, something around that. I don't know if that's a lot or that's not a lot, to be honest with you. Where the fuck do I go from here though? I'm kind of lost. Oh, do I turn it sideways? I do. Yeah, I used to sleep around a little bit, not that much, but you know, find some partners. Wait, what the fuck am I doing wrong? I think that's the wrong way. Where the fuck do I go from here, bro? Lost as fuck. Same, bro, same. I used to be on Tinder a lot. I still do sometimes, but Tinder is kinda ass here. Not gonna lie, not gonna sugarcoat it. Where the fuck do I go? Where? I'm lost as hell. True. But yeah, her dad basically owns what is it called? Like her dad is pretty much in control of Toyota Racing in Thailand, and she got like not $1 billion building, but like $100 million buildings or something. Jacinta, that's a cool name. I think that's I don't know if this is racist, but is that like black person's name? I think that's what I associate that with. Which way do I go, bro? Come on. Oh, okay. It's here. I mean, Jacinta sounds like a black name to me. I'm just being frank. It's not. I'm not even trying to be racist.
Wasn't that waterfall going sideways just a second ago? It was. At least I think it was. Wonder where it goes.
Wonder all you want, but I don't care to find out.
Aw, what's wrong? You scared?
What culture is the name from, so that I can maybe pinpoint it better, so that my understanding is better, maybe? I do play Bumble too, just a little bit. The quality on here is like way better, like Bumble compared to Tinder here. Like I like someone that's like at least bilingual, and most of Tinder is like pretty much just Thai people. But what do I say? And Tinder Lebanese. I think it's LEBA, right? So that's like Latin name, right? Like is it Latin or I think it is. Oh, Portuguese. Okay. So she's from Portugal or Brazil, right? Then. Because that's the only two places I know that speaks Portuguese. Or maybe her family is from there.
Go on.
Oh my god, bro, fuck. Spells. Let's do it.
Unstoppable.
Oh, I see. I mean that happens here too. So yeah, I'm used to it. Sometimes I got some friends named like very European names.
Double time. Not too shabby.
You dog. Every chance you get, you're trying to compliment her, huh? I respect that. I respect that. Pretty name for pretty woman, what can I say? Okay. I know that. I can see that I have to use this. Just don't force me to use it just yet. Okay. Some affirmative actions, I like it. Oh, I have to reach the vines. Where though? Oh, that. I get called that sometimes too. I feel you, man. I just wish I like drinking more, so I go to bar more often. I just smoke weed at home every day, so that's kind of like it kind of counterintuitive. Oh shit! He just fell down.
No way to go but down.
You mean jump?
I can't believe we're doing this.
Oh, nice, bro. Long-lasting relationship is always better. I mean, I do that sometimes here as well. I can't even lie. Down the same way here. But nowadays I live at my house, my parents' house, because it's so much more comfortable here. I usually spend my time at an apartment though, like before the house was built. It's not even situationship, it's just fuck relationship, okay. Oh shit, he died. Fuck, man. Rest in peace, bro. Yeah, this house is like, I don't know if this will show up on the camera, but let me show you around. Let me turn the lights on. It's pretty big in here, and it's like 5 stories. The whole building is ours, so I'm chilling. And there's properties in the back for like daily rentings as well. So passive income, landlord type shit. Thank you. Unless that's static and he typed that himself, I'm gonna say that's fucked up. Thank you so much for the compliment. As you can see, my bed's right back there. It's behind the TV right now. Oh shit. I mean, you can't see shit here. Let me take this out. I don't think you can see it, but my bed's right back there. So it's pretty comfortable here. Put the camera back. Yeah, it's pretty much an empty room with like a little bit of stuff around. I got like the wardrobe. I got like mirrored wardrobes. So you know, if the action is going, I can see the action. And the view outside isn't bad too. My phone is broken, so it's like that a little bit, but this is what the outside of the balcony looks like. Why is it not focusing? There we go. Is there another picture I can show you? It's like pretty green outside. Looks okay. Yeah, not to say the same for Bangkok though, because Bangkok is like shithole, dirty ass, bum ass roads. Outside of BKK is pretty nice though. Let me adjust the camera. Bangkok, Bangkok, Bangkok. Better do that 3 more times, huh? Sometimes your chat doesn't even show up on OBS chats that I have on because it's like automod trying to ban it. Oh shit, I started what's it called? Civil War? Alright, good luck, bro. Good luck, soldier. Hope you live to see another day. Better not adopt Trump's foreign policy. What the fuck do I do here now? I climb. Oh, I climb and it connects right there. I have to plan my route ahead of time, I guess. That's a distraction diversion tactics, bro. Hell yeah. What's your favorite chocolate? Mine's probably, let me think about it. I like a lot of sweets. Discombobulate. Lindor. I used to like Lindor, the milk chocolate one, but I thought they were in a scandal a couple of years ago. That's why I stopped eating, like with melanin and stuff, or whatever. I do like Ferrero Rocher, and like what else? What else do I like? Just fucking Nutella, I guess. I love Biscoff though. Biscoff is fucking great. I have like Biscoff spread that I put on my toast and Nutella at the same time. That shit fucking bangs, bro.
Don't overdo it.
If you insist.
Oh shit. She's not getting bulldozed by that. Good luck, man. I salute you. Thank you for your service, bro.
Did ya? This calls for more Yuki.
What's up?
Let me handle this. All right, got your back. Nice, got this one in the back.
On it.
Ready? Ha! Bring it! It's down! Ha! Ha! Go on!
Bro, it's not that bad. Come on now.
Give him your all!
Enough.
Or maybe it is, I don't know.
Ready for this? Go!
Oh shit, I couldn't hit him.
Let's do this.
Come on!
Going in. Here we go. Now.
Hey, that's a good word to describe me. I'm thinking legendary.
You should make him suffer more then, so you can be more joyful. Your happiness comes first, ma'am. Go for it. Fuck, where do I go next? I'm kind of lost. This shit is confusing, huh? Fuck. Brother. No more blowjobs, sir, Alex. Who the fuck doesn't like head, bro? You're weird for that. Nah. I think that's your issue, man. Head is fucking awesome. If I climb up here, it doesn't connect anywhere. If I turn it, just a little nibble. Does it hurt anyone? Come on now. I mean, it does hurt you, but well, you take what you can get, bro. Take it or leave it. Jeff the Shark, I'll take my tip, bro. That's insane. That's an insane pool. She go nom 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 on that bitch. Oh, the game is so laggy on stream, I didn't realize. OTKing her with malice. Yeah, bro, you're turning delusional. I think the pain hurts you way too much. You lost your mind.
We hold this position until the Turks send word. Contact!
Do it!
Weapons free!
Keep it up.
Take the lead. I'm your one-stop flower.
No girls like Yu-Gi-Oh. That's not real. That's just not real, bro. She just likes you. That's why she said that, bro.
Wanna beg for mercy?
No fucking way. W pool, bro. W pool.
Don't let me down. All set. Good luck.
Fight through it. Need a breather.
If you're
Not looking
Oh my god, I'm getting. Oh my god, bro. This is turning into a fucking slideshow. Holy fuck. Oh my god, bro. Hold on. Knights of Round Table. Which one is that? Which archetype is that? Is that not Jack's Knight? Oh wait, Jack's Knight is probably different.
Sort of feels that if you feel something. There, take that.
Oh my god, please. Why is it? Hold on. What the fuck is happening?